Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Soon as we step out the cage, we raising all of the stakes. Make no mistake, either you stay in your place.
Like chess.
And plus, Kiku is tested. She's clean. She's STD free. They use like some kind of like rock STD test, made out of bone or something or whatnot.
If you pee on this orchid and it doesn't turn brown,
yeah,
we're good. I don't know how they did that back then.
In the book, she has like all these crazy sex toys and shit and whatnot.
Oh, I heard about that. Yes, they're more elaborate, and it's not as like this was a lot more thoughtful than.
I know that. But me and Kim talked about the sex toys before in the past on the show. We figured they probably were like made out of sticks and shit and whatnot. Like rope.
It's true. They were back then. Like in rock.
That would be like painful.
You got to polish that shit. You just got to polish it real nice, right? Just get it shiny. I don't know.
I'm sure they had it figured out.
They're going to kill me. I told them to send me a video holding an object and start nodding.
Anything is a dildo when you really put your mind to it. There's no such thing as too large or too sharp. Every time you stop to question yourself, I want you to tell yourself, I can and I will.
There you go, folks. Was that not the best timing on that, or what? That was perfect.
Pretty good jump cut.
Andres, was that good timing or what? Look, I got Kim and I got Sarin to fall out. Both of them at the same time.
I knew Andres was gonna react that way. Andres is like, no.
Oh my god, that scene.
Don't worry about it, sir.
Okay, so I'll be generous here. I'll only talk about the dinner, so everyone else can take all the other parts.
Oh, you're such a gentleman.
I'm always a gentleman. Okay, so let's talk about that dinner. So, firstly, what was with the seating arrangement? Like, you have on one side Buntaro and Omi, and on the other side you had Maiko and Blackthorn. Like, shouldn't Buntaro and Maiko be together? Maybe include Blackthorn as well, all on one side, not like separate them. Like,
that wouldn't create the tension then.
Well, I think that Toranaga is bad with seating arrangements. Just right there, just that in of itself. If Toranaga wants peace in his army, he should let them sit together. I'll just say that. That's the first thing I noticed. Secondly,
look at that setup I had for you right there, Rathacon. I edited it perfectly and whatnot, so that you came off like a boss.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Hey, folks, what's going on? Jeff S, aka TrueKnowledge, humbled to be the creator and co-host of the MCU'S Media YouTube channel podcast. That's right, we're still alive. Just hit 45,000 subscribers, baby. Woohoo! Already almost to 46,000. Killing it. What's up? About to bust out a dope ass 3% on the panel, me moderating, Shogun Chapter 9, Crimson Sky review for probably the best episode so far of the show. So obviously that's going to be the conversation here on the show. Folks, this week we have coming back, all participants in Shogun recaps so far with us. Rathacon's back. What's up, Rathacon?
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
AKA Jassim. I'm just pop culture guy. What's up, Mr. I'm just pop culture guy, sir? How is time traveling going today?
Very good.
Good? All right, good. I'm glad, sir. How's Angela Bassett?
Very great. She's happy. She loves the
show. Did you rub her feet today? Okay, good. I'm glad. That's good to know. Imran's back from the Jock and Nerd podcast. Imran, when are you going to bring your co-host on with you, bro? Are you like the solo? Are you like the guest guy?
You know how jocks are. Look, I'm the nerd, and the jocks, they don't care. They don't pay attention. They do what they do. They're going to do what they want. It's hard to rein them in. He barely pays attention on my show when we're doing the podcast, and he is like half of the show, and half the time he's either texting or looking on Tinder.
He actually seems pretty nice, to be honest with you.
Oh, he's great. Anthony's great. The jock is great. And but that I wouldn't have it.
I'm not trying to fuck up your whole theme or whatnot. I'm just saying, like, from what I caught or whatever and whatnot, shows like I get it. I get it. You guys do your deal or whatnot and all that sometimes and get a little facetious. But overall, he seems like a pretty nice guy.
He is great, and we give each other shit all the time. In fact, I get shit on the most out of all. Well, I think about it. So I don't know.
But how's that possible? You talk more shit than anybody on the show.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
What a shock! How about that?
Shut up.
On Jock and Nerd, Imran talks hella shit more than anybody.
Yeah.
He actually is the actual true knowledge.
Hot nerd takes.
I'm Jock and Nerd for once, like in real life. I swear. You could substitute us out and like let us swap for a couple weeks. And I'll go over there.
It's true.
Jock and Nerd, and I'll let him come over here and take over the bleeding edge. And I'm telling you, shit will just move on.
We're almost the same person, Jeff.
Right? Seriously, Imran, like won't it just go on? Like follow, like we won't skip a beat.
Probably not.
Yeah. No. Just kidding. I'll give you like an index card or two of instructions, and you can do the same thing, and we'll just go after it.
That would be crazy. It
would be a really good experiment, brother. Now that would be fun. We'll have to think about. That's actually pretty interesting. We'll have to think about something down the line on that. Hey, I've had people come over and whatnot, everything, and special guest host the show before and whatnot, all that. Yeah. I'm not above that. I've done it. Anyways, folks, we're here to do Shogun Chapter 9. Please support the MCU'S Bleeding Edge very simply by considering, if we earn the shit, because we earn our stats here on the MCU'S Bleeding Edge, consider following, liking, subscribing, all that good shit. Try all over when we drop content that's new. And we're live Monday nights, so Wednesday nights, and Friday nights. Come check us out on Friday night. We're going to do Fallout episode 3 this week. Jasmine's coming on. I believe Imran's coming on, right? So, or is it? No, Imran's coming on next week.
Yeah, I'm going to do a Fallout with you guys next
week. Yeah. All right, that's right. Matthew from Board to Watch is coming on episode 3. That's who's coming. Yeah, so that's right. Next week, Imran will be on. And of course,
you forgot this dude over here.
Oh, he'll be there too. I'm just a pop culture guy. If he decides to show up, he'll be there.
Yeah, I should.
If he doesn't have too many projects going on, or if he's not watching 3 movies at the same time.
3 movies?
Yeah, Andres can watch 3 movies at the same time.
I was watching 2 Batman movies and then some movie we had to review for MC Movie X.
Wait, they were all running at the same time, and you were able to absorb
2 movies at the same time. Yeah,
that is amazing. Yeah. That's like a mutant ability. What kind of power is that?
Why do you think I bring it up? It's fucking amazing to me.
We do have 2 eyes. So, if you could separate the eyes, I could see how that's done.
Because I can't do it. But I have a hard enough time watching 1 movie. I can't watch 2.
I think he watched it before, so it's like it's just.
If I watched 2, it would nullify them both. I would not know what to pay attention really, whatnot, and all that. And nothing would happen. It'd be like one big cock block to be like trying to be effective on the show, right? And we can't be having a fucking a chapter like chapter 8, my chapter 8 guys. Cyberneticshark is not with us tonight. He had to work. He got a new job, and we're trying to, he's trying to get his schedule straightened out and whatnot, so that they'll let him fucking record with us. But here and there, he's going to miss a show. It's going to happen. In the meantime, we're going to have a really good show. Everyone's going to have a lot of time to talk. We're going to go for at least 2 hours on this bitch, so that everyone's going to be able to go 60-minute man on their contributions if they want. Not just Andres, a pop culture guy for once, right? So Andres, you won't be isolated, sir. Everybody will be doing it, right? It'll be the trend. And anyways, besides that, I just want to really quick. Jasmine seems to be obsessed with this bearded lady video and whatnot, so I got to play.
What are you talking?
Marry you, Haranam. Like, you have a beard. No one's gonna date you, Haranam. You have a beard. No one's gonna be your boyfriend, Haranam. You have a beard. You are not a preference to a lot of men. And then I'll get like really feminine men message me, but that's not who I'm attracted to. Hannah, I like really masculine men because I am very soft. I'm so different to what you see like on TV. On TV.
I'll never see you on TV.
I mean, but no, generally you'll see, oh, she's strong. She's, what she's talking about is very powerful. Whatever people say, but then at home I'm very quiet. I'm very feminine. I'm very soft. People don't get to see that side of me. But no, it has been difficult. Where I wanted to be married and have kids, I would never be a single mom. That's not what I've ever wanted.
I love that fucking music, that like dramatic music playing and everything and whatnot with her delusional ass. What is that exactly? Is that a transgender person with a beard? Or is that a chick with a beard?
It's great to see the bearded lady from The Greatest Showman still get work.
Hey, Rob, that's an actual that's a biological female, right?
I believe so. It's confusing clip. Yeah. No, you've seen The Greatest Showman.
She looks very feminine. So that doesn't look like a transgender person to me. That's actually a chick with a beard.
Is the beard real though?
Yes, that is a beard. That looks real to me.
Okay.
If you tugged on it, it would not come off. You know? And plus, I don't think she would like it either. But yeah, I mean, honestly, she doesn't look half that bad. If she would get rid of that beard, she's definitely, pillowable.
I don't know. She's kind of cute with the beard. Is it just me? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I could get down with her with the beard. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'd be able to. I'd be able to reach full, katana length. You know what I'm saying? For like, do the deal, right?
I just feel inferior because her beard's longer than my beard, so I have to put some work into this.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel very intimidated.
Think about approach.
There you go. See, I don't know how. I mean, I've never had to deal with anything like that before in my life. Be with a chick that has a better beard than me.
It's 2024.
I've got I've got one of those Keanu Reeves fucking pussy ass beards going on, like that. That's what I got rocking.
Does it not get any longer than that? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I can grow it out thicker and whatnot, everything, but I got that Keanu Reeves shit where it doesn't grow up.
I want to see
my face and all that shit.
I want to see Amish Jeff, just the mustache, not the mustache.
No one's gonna marry you, Haranam. Like you have a beard. No one's.
She can go up higher on her cheek than I can with the beard. See, I don't know if I can handle that. That's a lot of beard, man.
I mean, you got to get the beard butter and the beard shampoo. Like, it's a lot of maintenance.
It would not turn me on to have to trim that off first before I hit that.
No one's gonna marry you, Haranam. Like you have a beard. No one's gonna date you, Haranam. You have a beard. No one's gonna be your boyfriend.
That is a chick, Jasmine. Just to be clear, that is a chick with a beard. Good video, sir. Thank you for bringing that to the show. We could do a whole 30-minute segment just on that. We could.
I don't think Cyber will be happy about that.
Right, Andres?
You should definitely do that when Cyber is here.
So honestly, you should Cyber. We're not making fun of you, brother, but you just chapter 7. You were like a stick in the mud or whatever, whatnot, and you would not smile at one joke I made or anything like that.
Already.
I don't know what was going on. No, I think Cyber was tired that night. Because normally he's all about the humor and ready to jump right in and whatnot and all that. But not that night. He didn't even laugh when Kim mentioned fucking what's his name? Slipping on the rope at the end there.
Toranaga's son.
Yeah. I forgot how to pronounce his name already.
Nagakado.
Wait, his son died episode 7? No, he died.
Yeah, that was at the end of episode 7, and then there was another death at the end of episode 8.
Remember, I was replicating the scene where Seiki was pillowing with Kiku.
Yes, yeah, okay, yeah.
How can you forget?
Oh yeah, that's
still no Fuji in chapter 9.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no. I think she was in the show, right, Andres?
Maybe not in chapter 9. There's no Fuji.
Right, Andres?
I don't know. I'm not playing this game. I just know one thing.
No, I think she was in the show. We'll see.
She might not have any lines. She might have been there.
Yeah. I could imagine her. Imagine.
Yeah.
No, Fuji is too important to just imagine. I'm sorry. She's too valuable. I'm sure she'll be in chapter 10, folks. Let's hope. I'm sure many of you are probably probably already seen chapter 10. Some of you guys already have on the panel. I haven't. So I'm going to start off with an opening question and just basically go to y'all and mention that we have Frederick E.O. Toy coming back to direct chapter 9 and 10, right? That started off the show, right? Along with the same pair of writers is also coming back for episode of chapter 9, right? So Frederick E.O. Toy is also doing Fallout, right?
Oh.
He's doing several episodes of Fallout. I'm telling you right now, this guy Frederick E.O. Toy seems like he really knows his shit. That they put him in there to start this show and then end it. And Rachel Kondo and Kaylin Puente, wrote Crimson Sky. Now Rachel Kondo,
she's one of the creators.
She's one of the creators, and she wrote the first 2 episodes of the show, right? That Jonathan Van Tuken directed. Frederick E.O. Toy actually directed chapter 4, The Eightfold Fence, which was another classic episode. I mean, they all are. And he also did Chapter 5, Broken to the Fist. That was a great chapter. But yes, you are correct, sir. Rachel Kondo, of course, with Justin Martin, are the ones that created Shogun.
Yeah.
So my question is, and I'll start with you, Imran, since you are the most seasoned content creator on the panel. Then I'll go to you, Andres, and you, Jassim. What do you think, sir? I think that probably there's going to be a lot of people like Marvel Studios, for instance, and Disney and whatnot, and everything. They're going to want to scoop up some of these writers and directors and whatnot from Shogun after this fucking series, right?
Well, I mean, the fact that he's doing this and Fallout is very interesting, and I think Marvel does need to start hiring people, some new people, some new talent behind and writing. You know, they've used the same people, and sometimes that's been great. Like, who doesn't want to see the Russo brothers work with the other guys who directing and writing with those writers? You want to see them come back. Then you got your Peyton Reeds, you got your Taika Waititi's, but then we start to see kind of how that plays out, where, yeah, you kind of hit a peak, and then the last Waititi Marvel movie, maybe not the best effort, maybe a little too much Taika Waititi. So I think I've heard them actually say they're looking to reach out to more directors that have never directed a Marvel thing to get some fresh blood in there. And this is the best show on television, and Fallout's great. This would be a great place to poach some of these people.
Yes, and in the writing department too, most definitely, not just directly, but in the writing department. The writing is, I think the writing may honestly has been a bigger issue than the leadership from the directors.
Sure,
take into consideration again that up until just now, have they not actually had real executive producers, right? Really on set with any of these shows or any of these movies. They've always just used Feige's inner circle, right? They never had showrunners.
Right. For the TV shows, they didn't have showrunners.
They didn't have showrunners, no. And how's that worked out?
That's
not very well.
Need. No, you need showrunners. You got to make it episodic, which I don't think they've still quite figured out. Hopefully, Daredevil will be better.
Well, honestly, I think that when I saw that connection between Frederick E. Toy and Fallout, I'm like, oh, okay, because he's doing multiple episodes over there on Fallout too. What do you think, as a pop culture guy? What do you think about the fact that Frederick E. Toy is directing it on both these shows that we're covering right now? For one thing, that's pretty cool.
So,
and then what do you think about Marvel Studios, for instance, maybe bringing him in, right, or some of these writers in? Don't you think they're going to want to? Because I mean, honestly, at this point right now, unless House of the Dragon season 2, like somehow, like I don't know, pulls off some magical fucking 5 o'clock free crack special shit or whatnot, like the Shogun is going to clean up the Emmys already. Like they're already it's already like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're going to clean up. So what do you think? I mean, do you think Marvel Studios should be poaching some of these writers?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely. So speaking, Frederick. So I didn't realize he did Fallout. He did the 2 episodes that I liked, the Trapped in the Radio, great episodes for Fallout. If you guys haven't seen that show, he also did The Boys.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he did The Boys. Just going down what else he has done. He done Westworld. That makes sense. So he knew Jonathan Nolan, who produces the Fallout show.
Yeah.
That's right. I knew he directed some Westworld too. Yes.
Yeah, and then just wrapping up his direct stuff, he did The Walking Dead and The Watchmen show. So
the Watchmen show is amazing.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, he's definitely perfect to get Marvel. Like Marvel needs to get him. I think he has done a really good job. If you haven't seen his other shows, I think he's perfect. Same thing with, as Jeff brought up, the writers. I mean, the writers of these shows, the Fallout and Shogun has done a really great job. I hope they get more jobs, which they're starting to do. I mean, remember, the Thunderbolts have one of the writers from that Netflix show called Beef.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And
so
the director too. Yeah.
Yeah, and the director too. So they're heading in that direction. I'm just thinking what other movie that they also got, a director and movie writer from a TV show.
I just think it's important to highlight this stuff because we have, we talk so heavily about the actual actors and actresses and whatnot, and the content that happens within the episodes, but we haven't spent that much time really talking about the actual production, the directing, the writing and whatnot, and everything. And I think it was important to highlight it to start the show off, right? and bring it up and mention it, that these people are going to be commodities after this is over.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I had to agree because I tried to bring out the production and everything because they have done a really good job of depicting, few Japan in the right way. And this is one of the few like shows / movies they did, like it's very accurate and how the culture was, depicted during that time. They've done a splendid job. I mean, thank goodness FX and Hulu had done a really good job of spending the money to see it, completely. So they didn't, sweepstake the show, which is good. You okay, Jeff?
I think he's dying.
You okay, Jeff?
For Jeff.
Dude, Andres, what did you do?
I did nothing. I was just
You sure, Andres?
Maybe my.
I'm kidding.
My evil self.
I got a brand new cartridge. I grabbed a brand new tank today for my vape. Right, so it's brand new. It's totally clean. I just added wax to it before the show, so it's hitting hard.
That's some good shit.
Yeah, it's hitting hard.
When it hits really, like that, that's when you know that's the stuff.
This ain't nicotine here, folks.
Oh, okay. By the way, like your hat, Jeff. Very nice. And your shirt, very nice. What kind of shirt you're wearing today?
Oh, I'm wearing my Shogun shirt. You know, I like to color coordinate and actually match.
You want to stand up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I have other camera angles. I'm rocking my Shogun shit, baby. What's up?
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
You can wear a samurai outfit for episode 10.
I don't have a samurai outfit. I can wear my you never realized I wear a Shogun shirt during every chapter review or whatever?
No.
Yeah,
you need to look back at it.
It's me, bro. Come on. Anyways, I'm sure Imran probably noticed it, but
I mean, I could. It's hard to tell. I could see the Marvel.
Well, no. What I was to say simply was just that I wish now I want to get more than one shirt. Shogun's so good, man. You got to have some swag.
Yeah, I know. Great show, and I really like that shirt you're wearing. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so overall, I've been enjoying what the creative team of Shogun has done. They've done such a brilliant job, but also don't forget about the actors. Like they are they're bringing these characters to life with the writing. And
we're gonna talk about them quite a bit in the next preceding show here.
Yeah.
They're gonna be our focus, sir.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, overall, I've been enjoying this show. I hope they get other jobs, especially Marvel, and DC.
Oh, they won't be starving, sir.
Yes.
There's no Shogun season 2, so they're going to be ready. They're going to be out there looking for new gigs, right, off this. So, although I'm sure probably the FX will probably grab a lot of the creme of the crop and whatnot, everything, and put them on their new projects, right? You think? Yeah. What do you think, Jassim? I'll go to you last on this one. What do you think about the viability of some of these players behind the scenes, these writers and these directors that have been very heavily involved in Shogun, and their viability, right, going over to like Marvel Studios, for instance, and maybe directing one of these Disney Plus series that have really kind of gone downhill in quality?
Okay, so I'm gonna let everyone know that FX is actually owned by Disney, so it's gonna be so easy for them to like go into MCU, go to other Hulu projects, and so on. What's really interesting though about Shogun is that this show was made right when Bob Iger came back to Disney.
Oh.
One of the big things Bob Iger did when he came back to Disney was give the creators more artistic freedom. That was what Netflix was known for back in the day. And Bob Iger was like, look, Netflix is so much more successful than Disney Plus. Netflix continues to have higher quality than Disney Plus. Why? Because they give artistic freedom. And Shogun was actually one of the first shows that Bob Iger actually gave the creators artistic freedom. And that's why the show is so amazing, the way that it is today, not only for the creators, but also the actors. I want to give a shout out to that Toranaga actor, Hiroki Sanada. When you look back at his other films, like, with Wolverine, John Wick Chapter 4, Mortal Kombat, all that stuff, like, he's not that important of a character in those films. Like, people forget about him. It's only in Shogun that he got such a significant role that this show's success is really his takeoff point for his Hollywood career. And so is for the actress, for Maiko, and so on. As much as I want to see them go into like MCU films and all that stuff, I do think that they actually might be poached by Amazon, by Apple, because those big tech companies, those big new streaming platforms, they have so much more money. And I know that they're going to be poaching those people, and they're going to be very successful at that.
Oh yeah, after Shogun, Cosmo Jarvis and Anna Sawai were basically nobodies until this show.
Yeah,
and now after this, they're both going to get nominated for Emmys, right? Like it's a guarantee almost, right? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this probably catapults their careers. You know,
I think they're gonna prefer to actually lead either Prime Video or Apple TV's like original content efforts than stay at Disney, because that's where the big opportunity is actually in entertainment.
They have agents and all that and whatnot and everything.
That's true.
There's gonna be offers for films, for TV series, all that kind of stuff. And they'll decide what projects they want to take on, right? You know what I'm saying? Whatnot, you know, and see what they get paid. But I mean, coming off this, there's going to be a lot of offers, right? To do a lot.
Oh yeah. Big tech might win. I'm just saying.
I mean, I would think, but at the same time, though, don't get me wrong. This is a historical drama piece from Japan. And NSY, for instance, just happens to be, having been born in Japan, right? A perfect character, a perfect actress to play Mariko. Great job, guys. She is, of course, the MVP of episode 9 of chapter 9. It's unfortunate, hats off to Mariko that we lost her, right? And she didn't make it all the way, through Shogun Chapter 10. There's no point in hiding it, folks. We've all seen the chapters. We all know she dies, right? There's not going to be any Godzilla -1 moment. She's not going to come back all of a sudden and somehow survive the hurricane and shit and whatnot because she landed in some tree in Germany and just have a broken arm or some shit. But honestly, there's so much good shit that happened in chapter 9, the longest episode of the series so far, right? I'm assuming probably chapter 10 will end up being the biggest, longest. There's so much that went on that I'm going to do my breakdown, of the episode, but I'm going to leave a lot out for y'all to put out there on your own. You guys, I know you all watched the shit out of the show. I know you won't know what went down, right? So, I mean, I'm not going to go literally word by word, scene by scene with this stuff and whatnot. I'm going to leave a lot of it to y'all to cover and talk about. But honestly, I felt like, if anything, for a show, the episode that I didn't even realize was the longest one, right? It seemed like it went by really fast in a way. It was very contained. And I don't have enough words for this fucking series at this point. It's literally so fucking good. I'm so used to these series like this, like House of the Dragon, hitting me middle of the year, end of the year, three quarters of the year. For Shogun to come right out in the beginning of the year like this and just fucking slap us right in the face, right, Imran? It really kind of fucks you up, doesn't it?
Yeah, every episode gets better, and I think you said it. This is easily the best episode so far. We had to mention the title this episode.
Oh yeah,
Crimson Sky. So after we talk about it, I need to know: was it misleading, or did we actually witness the Crimson Sky? We just didn't know it.
This might be the one TV series in a really long time where people would probably pay for them to make another season of this.
Oh, possibly, but I mean, the book ends and the story's gonna end. So I kind of like that we're limited to. I'm gonna miss it, that's for sure. I've been enjoying it. That's the only sad part. But
It's gonna go down as part of the best limited TV series ever made.
But I mean, the Game of Thrones guys, they ran out of book and then made up their own shit. I don't see why these guys maybe they do the same thing. Maybe they're like, we're just going to make up our own next chapter here, and it's a season 2. I don't know.
It would not be shocking if all of a sudden there was a Shogun spinoff next year.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
But Andre Pop Culture Guy can be in it with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Right? As a team.
Shaquille O'Neal as a wizard. like that movie.
Yeah, Shaq Fu, whatever the fuck he used to be called, or whatnot.
Was it Karsam or whatever that movie was called?
Shazam, yeah, he could be
Shazam?
that
That movie doesn't exist. Wait a minute, Shazam? No, Mandela effect. He's great as Steel, though. Remember Steel?
Anyways,
yes. Anyways, look, like you said, though, we have a Mariko Blackthorn Yabushige focused episode.
I know,
fantastic, and shockingly enough, the guy who came up with Crimson Sky is not even in the episode.
Not even in it. No Toranaga at all. How about that?
Guy, and I was like, oh my god, no Toranaga. But what they gave us, so much shit happens, and it's some of the best acting, some of the tensest scenes, and we are watching. Yeah, we're watching the machinations of Toranaga's plan play out in front of us.
Well, bouncing off you say that, Imran, before I even ask my first question about the episode, I'll just go around one more time and I'll let you finish up, Imran, and I'll go over to you, Andres, and again to you, Jassim. What are your thoughts overall, briefly? I'll take 2 or 3 minutes each of you, overall on the episode. Sort of like, if you could go back to when you first watched it, your thoughts in the back of your head and whatnot and everything, right? Give me just a general consensus of what you thought of the whole episode. Go ahead, Imran.
I mean, all I know is these last 3 episodes, the end of them have an amazing holy shit moment. They have ended these episodes with banger cliffhangers, and I was like, and it's all death, but like crazy shit happens. So, I was on the edge of my seat, and then I was shocked, and I was sad when this ended how it ended. I did not know what to expect, and it was great. It's great.
All right, Andres, pop culture guy.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed this episode. I thought, focusing 3 of our favorite characters. 2 of our favorite characters, Mariko and Blackbeard, was awesome, and this was definitely a Mariko episode, which was great. And so it delivered in such a big way, which I was so happy. Plus, I really enjoyed the other character. Actually, he's my favorite character. The show,
Yabushige.
Yabushige. He had one of my. Oh my god!
just call him Yabu, baby.
Yabu provides the humor, right? He's hilarious.
Exactly. Yeah. So Abu, he was the MVP for this episode. Oh my god. His line say, "Come on, idiot!" His servant was so funny. It was like, oh my god, he cracked me up, and he was badass too. Like every kind of the guy, like a slasher character.
Self-serving, just interested in his own skin, and it kind of makes you mad. You're like, you slimy little fuck, but at the same time, you're hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. So he was the best part of this episode. So yeah, I really dug it, and I'm so excited to see the finale. So overall, this was really a great chapter of Shogun. It was definitely better than 7 and 8, really, for me, just because there was just a lot better pace and there was just more going on. So,
all right, most definitely. And before I go to Jassim, just to get everybody a little invigorated here, one of the other gems that Jassim sent me.
Wow.
Hell yeah, dude.
Is that like performance art? That's amazing.
Okay, basically the creator just like damages the Cybertruck with like anything possible just to show how strong it is.
But it shouldn't be even taking dents. What is it made out of?
I thought
stainless steel.
I thought that was just some crazy crackhead bitch beating on some dude's shit.
Okay, so the lady in the windshield is actually an OnlyFans creator, but she goes viral just by like doing stuff like using baseball bat against the Cybertruck, shooting the Cybertruck, like, yeah.
Oh shit. Well, either way, I just thought that was some crazy bitch. That's all right.
Everyone's crazy in there.
Yeah, that's great.
I guess there are actually the women are fucking crazy, bro. I can see a chick actually doing that in real life.
Yeah,
they're fucking nuts, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you need a Cybertruck.
Us men are pretty simple at the end of the day. That they know, and the women know that. You know what I mean? But they're fucking out there, bro. They're nuts. Watch out for the women, baby. Ask Andres. His ex-girlfriend shares his soul with fucking what's her name? Pocahontas.
No, that's your girlfriend. My wife is Angela Bassett, so excuse me. Don't ever talk to me about my
Wait, does your wife watch 3 films with you?
Yes, she does. if we want.
So she watches one film and you watch two films.
He even has conversations with her while he's watching. But Jasmine, what are your thoughts, sir? What are your thoughts? What were your thoughts in the back of your head after episode 9? Was it like the episode of Shogun?
I think it was the episode of Shogun. I will say though that I was a bit disappointed because it says Crimson Sky is the episode title, but throughout the whole series, we're thinking, okay, this be like one big invasion. You have cannons being fired, all that stuff. There was such little bloodshed compared to what I was expecting. Such little destruction. But hey, they did a fantastic job. And, they just keep breaking patterns. Like, this show is so unpredictable. Like, each episode, right? It's like, I guess in the beginning, it was kind of obvious what was happening. But as the show goes on, it's like, you expect one thing, you see another thing. You're like, oh, this is new. Yeah. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, they're good at subverting expectations, and everything is unexpected. It's fantastic.
It's very similar to the House of the Dragon season 1. There was very little. There was very little warfare. There was very little dragon stuff. Very little actual like fighting scenes, whatnot. It was all character and dialogue driven, right? And that's all Shogun's been.
Yeah,
with little doses of the violence, right, and the fight scenes, and it doesn't bother me at all. I don't care. I don't need more sword fighting and shit and whatnot. I'm happy with what they're giving us. I am. I'm not going to complain at all. But I just wanted to mention that House of the Dragon basically the same way, although I think it's going to be a little bit different in season 2. So we start off episode 9, chapter 9, with another flashback. They did that several times now. They started off with flashbacks, right, to start off these chapters, and they go back to the flashback of Rico, pregnant, out in the snow, like freezing herself to death and whatnot, everything, trying to take off on her own. She can't seppuku herself, because she's pregnant, and basically at the end of her rope and shit and whatnot. And that's when she first meets Father Alvido. It's really touching. And he gives her the cross that you see her wear throughout the whole chapter, right? It's a really good flashback scene. It's pretty short, but it's pretty powerful. And based off that, essentially off the flashback scene, we go right to Mariko, Yabu, and the engine heading to Osaka, right? Of course, taking into consideration, Lord Tornaga's wives are being held hostage, right, in Osaka, at the castle, right? It's not just the regents and all that and whatnot; they're there as well. And essentially, we get a scene where we're revisited once again with the Catholics, right? Or at the jump at the beginning of the episode, and we get Father Alvido and the other priest, I forget his name, discussing, the matters of the situation, what's going down, right? The fact that Blackthorn's there, they don't like that, right? They're not too happy about all that, right? But still trying to, kind of figure out what, they're trying to decipher where things are at. Like they believe Toranaga's given, right? Yet they see war coming, that like they believe there's war coming. So I'll stop there, before we get into Blackthorn actually talking with the regent and all that and whatnot. And I'll go to you, Jasmine. What are your thoughts on the flashback scene of the opening where we just get the, briefly Mariko and Yabu and the engine coming to Osaka. And then, the Catholic, priests talking to each other about the current situation with Toranaga, Ishidu, what their thoughts on Blackthorn, right? And this whole situation with war. What are your thoughts, sir?
So firstly, let's go to the part where those two Jesuits were like talking. There's just one quote that I liked, and he said, "A tempest in a bottle, war is coming." And I like that he said a tempest in the bottle, because that's metaphorically speaking as if, it's boiling, it's about to explode. It's like a massive powder keg. So, he could simply say war is coming, but by saying a tempest in the bottle, he's like evoking like it's about to explode. I just like the metaphors that's like displayed throughout the entire series. So that is that. I also found it interesting that when they were like in the ship and they're overseeing Osaka, I remember Yabu, he was like, I hate this city.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm just like, what if Ishido gives Yabu a bunch of consorts just to make him love the city? So instead of him saying, I hate this in city, he can be in the city. right, Imran?
He gets the award for the first best line of the episode. Is definitely saying that with that look on his face.
And then finally, I will say that I like how when Mariko was on the ship and Yabu's like, did Toranaga send you here? Oh no, sorry, that's what Blackthorn said. Blackthorn's like, did Toranaga send you here for me? She was like, no, I'm on my own business. And as I said before, with how like, these patterns keep on shifting, like that was one of them, because normally Marika would go wherever Blackthorn is just to translate. But this time it's like, they leave Blackthorn alone. Mariko's doing her own business. So I'm just like, okay, this episode's definitely going to go way different. I'll end it there.
Okay. Honest pop culture guy, sir.
Yeah, so the opening was really great. I do. It's funny that the show has done flashbacks, but it's kind of important to understand.
They did a good job of making Rico look a lot younger, right? The 14-year time jump. They did a good job.
Well, so it's funny. I don't know if you guys had this, but it was kind of. I thought it was the other character, the lady villain.
You thought that was Ochiba in the flashback?
Yeah, I thought a little bit until we saw the face, and I was like, "Oh, that's Miracle." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's that character," because she was branded. I was like, it was either that,
I'll agree. I was the thing that confused me is I had no idea Mariko even had children. She's never mentioned children at all up until this episode.
Oh, you didn't realize that she had her son the whole time?
No, I was like, I didn't know she had kids.
We learned that later on.
It's just so funny. It's like I forgot that she had a son.
Yeah.
Her and Blackthorn talked about it before, remember?
Yeah, no, we know that. It's just when you don't see a character that long, it's sometimes you forget about it. And it's like I forgot that she had a son with the husband that I don't like.
Yeah.
So but it was all good. I agree with you, Jeff. They did a good job of aging her like very young. I mean, the hair like looks different than what she is now, how she dressed it. And then seeing her in the ship and like how Yobo is kind of questioning why you doing here, like did Tanaka send you here, it was so funny. And then of course seeing the conflicts again was very intriguing. They were just kind of there for us to like confirm that Tanaka has a plan and all that. Whatever, Con. I gotta say whatever his name is.
Yobo.
YOLO. Only YOLO once.
Did you really fucking call him Yobo? Come on.
Dude, Andreas called him Yobo.
God, what are you doing, Con? Be my side. Don't encourage him. That one could have bugged me now with that. Anyway.
Yobo. Holy fuck, man.
Yobo, whatever. Mr. Y. How would we call him that? Mr. Y. Mr. Y. Just being himself is just very funny. So yeah, I overall I thought the beginning part was really, just getting into the mood, what kind of episode we get. Like I think I appreciate with the flashback because you were gonna get a centric Miracle episode, and I thought the flashback did a good job setting it up. And it's important. So we'll get into more of that.
You're right. They laid it out right there. They let you know right from jump that who the episode's going to be about. That's sort of how the flashbacks have played out to some extent for the most part and whatnot. At least when it comes to the theme of the episode, not always the character. But I'll tell you, you better be careful with how you pronounce Yabu's name and shit and whatnot. When a man has as respectable and impressive a bulge as Mr. Yabu has going on with that loincloth. You got to watch how you step to him, sir.
Hashtag Yabu Bulge. Get it trending.
A bulge like that deserves respect, Andre, the pop culture guy.
How about this? I'll do whatever I want. Okay, I'm a time travel person. I know his future now, so I don't care.
And there's something about like characters saying the F word in subtitles.
I know.
It's the best. It's the best. It's always the best. Like
in Japanese,
in subtitles, when they do it. It's the best when people say the F word.
Yeah,
I love it. It's always the best. That's why it's so cool that Yabu does it. But so, what do you think, Imran? What are your thoughts on that opening?
Yo, that flashback is dark, right? Because what are we watching? It's reinforcing Mariko's that she always wants to die. She's been trying to die for 14 years. They go, this is her third attempt today. Not only she's like trying to kill herself, she's pregnant. She's trying to kill herself. That's dark. I don't know what she thought was gonna happen, and it ties in to the whole theme of the episode. And at the end, I love the meeting of the priest and Mariko, and her giving the cross becomes an important thing later and throughout the series. I loved on the boat when she translates, and Yabu's like, "Did you translate that right?" And she's like, "I did." He's like, "Okay." I was like, "I don't know why you wouldn't believe her." I also did you notice this episode? Anjin's Japanese seems to be getting better. He seems to be understanding a lot more and just talking in Japanese more without Mariko. So I thought that was interesting. And he stopped asking about his boat. I really feel like you see him like accepting his fate, kind of now settling in and trying to be useful and not be annoying and talk about his boat all the time. Like he is invested. It's very interesting. And then the other great line that I was confused when Mariko goes to talk to Toranaga's wives, and she's got a note for his wife, and she takes the note and she doesn't even open it. She pockets it right away, and then she's like, "Let's hope this works." And I'm like, "Oh my god, what? Let's hope what works?" She knows the plan. What is the plan? They know. So that was wonderful because I wanted to know what the plan was. Yeah, and the priest clearly one is believing Toranaga's all his stuff, saying, I heard the guy, his right hand man, killed himself, and the other one's like, "Nope, war's coming. Toranaga's planning something."
Well, I'll tell you, this is the first chapter where Blackthorn hasn't done one of his like stupid, I don't know what's going on faces once.
No, he's being respectful, and he was later on. He listens to Yabushige.
He didn't bitch.
He does.
He didn't bitch one time. He didn't bitch at all.
Yeah, and he steps up to do something important. Like he is all in now. Blackthorn is all in.
I noticed during chapter 8 that he had become completely capable of understanding Japanese completely.
I think after he met his dudes and he was like, "Oh, I'm not one of you guys anymore." And then they had the little fight. He's like, "I don't belong there. I don't belong here. I gotta do something." And he's kind of accepted his fate. And
that's where he's at right now. He's on that edge of that sword right now, trying to figure out as a man.
Plus, he loves Mariko.
What culture, of these two, which culture actually is the right one for me, right? Like, where do I fit in? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm not, that's where the whole scene with his men really comes into play, right? But of course, he does love Mariko. It's unfortunate that they only had the small amount of time of the 10 chapters to play out their love story, right? But they did a great job with it. So going off that, we get Blackthorn does talk with one of the regions. I forget one of his names, right? They have like a side conversation.
Kiyama. That's Kiyama.
Yeah. When they go, when he and Riku and Yabushige go and basically, surrender themselves, right, to Ishido's, custody, whatever, whatnot, on Toranaga's behalf. Essentially, what ends up happening is Yabushige with the engine, who he tells Rico to tell him to keep his mouth shut, goes in front of Ishido, right? Asking, basically respecting that Ishido spare his life in exchange for servitude, right? Along with Blackthorn.
Yeah.
But he's denied, right? Ishido strikes him down.
He's gifting Blackthorn. He's like, "I bring you a gift."
Yeah.
This guy, he's a good sailor. He's well trained.
Yeah.
You're gonna love him.
Excellent captain.
Yeah.
And the Shido says, fuck that.
Yeah,
And
he's like,
essentially,
we don't want it.
we never saw it, but apparently the engagement between Ishidu and Ochiba is going down.
Yeah.
Like she did concede to it.
That was the paperwork last episode. Remember, they had paperwork and he looked at it and he smiled.
Oh,
I assumed that like it was on. And
see, I missed that. I missed it. So after that, we get probably one of the best scenes in the whole show when we get Riku going in front of Ishidu, right? And basically just tearing him a new asshole and letting him know that she's there with a task from her siege lord to bring his wives, right, to him, right? The next day. And that no matter what, she's going, right? And she puts him in his place and everything. And flat out tells him, straight up, I will not be kidnapped. I will not be held, right? I'll give you the exact quote. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll give it to you. But she basically, she steals the whole scene completely.
Oh, there's a lot of great lines in this sequence.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just
amazing.
Just her posture.
Yeah.
Anasawi's posture as the character, the way she flips her robe in her movements and whatnot and everything, how she has that perfect posture and whatnot with her actions and the way she walks
and her gaze, right? She's not making eye contact really while she's saying these like crazy things to these people. That just
she just displays a certain softness and positivity and whatnot and everything, and the submissiveness that she's supposed to.
Yeah.
But essentially, she says, I am the daughter of the great Lord Jine. My lineage has been samurai for 1,000 years. I'll never be captive, hostage, or confined. I am free to leave as I please, as is anyone.
Baller. What a baller move. She's like, I am samurai. You can't hold me. Well, dude, this whole scene is amazing for so many reasons.
No, and it very much for a lot of us out there that are watching the show and trying to grasp the depth of what happened with her father and her family's past and whatnot and all that, and how that influences her and what where she stands with the rest of the show. Seeing her in front of the regents and seeing how impactful and how meaningful she actually is. Right, as we see through the episode, that she is actually someone that is considered to be, of reverence. But it's just a really great scene. Everybody's mind blown. There's like chattering and like people oh my god, a guffawing, whatnot, everything in the background. And she basically, Ashidu straightens her out and tells her, you're not going to be able to leave. And she says, no matter what, I'm leaving, and bounces. Right, simple as that. She's like, I'm no servant. Or whatever, whatnot, or I'm no whatever the fuck she called the Shido, right? So basically, she's going, right? Like she's taking Toranaga's wives no matter what, right? And that's what she tells the Shido. And I guess you could call it the session wraps up off that, and basically we go off there. From what is a really very intense scene between her and Ishidu, and
let's just talk about that scene.
Ochiba gets involved too. Ochiba asks her to speak privately during it,
right,
and whatnot, and everything, and even then Mariko totally refuses. So the scene escalates into a standoff, right?
Yeah.
And where basically Sawai wins, but Ishidu is not he's kind of stupid and doesn't grasp the position he's been put in yet, right? With the situation. So I'll go to you first, Imran. I know that you're jumping at the bit to talk about this. So please talk about the scene, sir.
Amazing. First of all, though, I'll start at the beginning. I'll leave some of it to you guys. But basically, she forces his hand. This is what Toranaga sent her to do.
Yep, he changed Crimson Sky.
But when she first shows up, you got to remember Mariko and Ochiba haven't talked to each other in a long time. So this is their first meeting. And I love right in the beginning where Ishido's like, how's Toranaga? And she's like, oh, he's grieving the loss of his son, And he's just like, he has other sons. He'll be fine. He can care. I was like, oh, that's cold, bro. And then they talk. And then I'm just going to stop at the poetry competition. Ochiba's like We were great at poems. We have a poetry competition. You want to start? And she says the whole line about something in the winter, a leafless branch, which is definitely like a coded dig at Lady Ochiba, who I believe the name Ochiba means falling leaf. And then she goes into, oh yeah, I'm not going to be at that poetry competition, by the way. And here's why. But yeah, and there's so many things. Yes, that line when it's getting heated, and he goes, this matter is closed. And she goes, the matter is closed when you have the manners to let me finish. I was like, go, Mariko. You tell him. What a baller move. It was amazing. And now basically he can't let them leave, but he can't say that they're hostages. And he also can't kill Mariko. It's an amazing trap they have set for Ishido. She
reminds him she's no peasant.
Yeah. She's a revered person. Also, I learned all this poetry stuff. Like being a samurai, it wasn't all just slicing and dicing with swords. They were good. You had to be good at poetry.
Yeah.
You had to also be like intellectual and come up with, and they would have poetry, parties.
Gardening, all of it. You had to be able to garden. You had to be able to cook.
Yeah. And you think it's just like you got to be good at fighting with a katana, but no, it's the whole thing.
Most definitely. You got anything else, Imran? Go ahead.
No, I want other people because I don't want to. You guys go.
All right, Jassim, go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I want to first focus on Ochiba's eye acting. I think this is the most underrated thing with this entire episode.
She's good with it, yeah.
Yeah, like this is something that I don't see in any other series, and I think this, like, you know, when you see Ochiba, it's like you can't really tell her true intentions. You know, she kind of looks like as if she's possessed by a devil at times. And, you know, the way how she moves and stuff, like, I'm just like, why does Ochiba look so creepy? It's the eye acting. Like, it plays a bigger role than I thought. So amazing. Like,
her eyes are wide open.
It all has to do.
Never blinks.
It all boils down to their roles as women in this Japanese culture. The way that they act, it springs off that.
But the other people like Mariko and Fuji, they don't do that stuff. Yeah. Only Ochiba does.
Yeah. Also, she changes her voice and stuff, if you notice, right?
Yeah.
It's very
like a creepy doll.
But it's amazing. Yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah,
and then
very talented. She's really good.
Very like underrated. Like, yeah. And then when you notice that, you know, Yabushigi and Ishido are like talking, like Yabushigi looks like the type that's like, hey, I'm on your side. You know, I'm not with Toranaga. I've been with you this whole time, like how I told Jozen. Yeah. And then she was like, yeah, shut up. We know that you're on both sides. Like, and it's just so funny, like the whole thing. Like, Yabushigi, this whole entire series, has been playing both sides. Yeah. And only now, he's finally being confronted with it. First with Ishido, and let's not talk about episode 10, but you know, karma comes in so many ways. I just loved that whole thing. And I noticed that when they were both silent, you know, I just had this thought. It's like, they're both like telepathically talking to each other. They're like, I have a bigger bulge than you. The other guy's like, no, I have a bigger bulge than you. Yeah. And then lastly, I want to talk about how when Mariko and Ishido are talking, okay, like Mariko keeps a straight face.
Yeah.
And it's like when she's like, I need to go leave. I need to serve my lord. I need to bring his wives to him in Edo. Like, you could just sense the tension. Like, it's just so great, so intense. In the background, everyone's like whispering because it's like no one dares speak up to Ishido and stuff. And meanwhile, Ishido's like trying to keep his composure, but he cannot. You know, like he's like raging. Like, you could just tell who is the strong one there, who is actually winning this debate. It's Mariko. And I will leave it there. But Jeff,
it's great political. It's great political drama and writing, and just great acting, and the score is great too. It really is. The score.
It's really innovative. This whole thing, really innovative.
Yeah. It's very subtle. The music and all that and whatnot, but it's there. It's just not like anything that like will blow you away or like overtake the scene, really, right? But what do you think? I'm just a pop culture guy. What are your thoughts, sir?
Well, I mean, this definitely the highlight. I mean, first, it was very funny how, it was Shibo shut down, Yobo and then Blackbeard completely, with the surrender, and then all of a sudden, Miracle comes in and she just owns the whole place.
Yeah.
And I just love the back and forth that they were having. The fact that she was like getting to their skin, which was great. So that was really great performance from that actress that played that character, Miracle. And you really see how you see the game that Taranaga is playing with the war that he's trying to win. And so you see the pieces together, so it makes a lot of sense now. And and of course, the relationship between Miracle and Blackbeard is kind of getting to build up more now, after so many episodes of them trying to annoy each other. This is the episode they kind of let their guard down a little bit, completely, and everything what happened last episode, they don't realize. Well,
So we're talking about the scene with the Shido and Mariko.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking about the courtroom thing. If I'm jumping ahead, that's okay, because I don't give a fuck. It's Shogun, baby.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, no, that great sequence. It's just so much like the dialogue is just so great. The writing here just gives Miracle so much presence, which is really great. And what's the stopping point, Jeff? So I can,
we're just doing that scene, then we're going to move right on.
Yeah. But yeah, so this sequence, I was really happy, because Miracle, is a great character, and I like that she had got the shine, but her shine is not the scene where we're going to get when we get to it,
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't know about a Shido's bulge, because I always thought the whole thing was supposed to be that Japanese dudes don't have big penises, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think Yabu is just a freak. He's just a big dick motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he had the bigger bulge in the fight.
Yeah,
Oh
he's got a bigger bulge than me, bro. I'll tell you that right now.
He's got some Genghis Khan DNA in there,
bro. If I had a bulge like that, I'd be wearing Speedos and shit like that and whatnot when I went at the beach.
I thought you were nothing.
I don't go to nude beaches and shit like that and whatnot. I don't get down like that.
I mean,
that shit is too awkward, bro.
I mean, if it's impressive, sure.
Just walking around with my dick is not that impressive when it's not erect, sir. It's not. It really isn't, sir. It's nothing that it's not Oscar contending or anything like that. Well, not at all. I promise. So,
I mean, you take it to the gym, man. Take it.
So
to the gym.
the idea of me walking around at a nude beach, just letting it dangle and whatnot, everything for ladies and shit, don't seem all that hot to me. But anyways, so we move on from the powerful, intense scene with Riko and Shido, right? And essentially coming off of that, of course, Blackthorn does impeach her or besiege her, right? Doesn't understand what the fuck she's doing, right? And we do get some really great dialogue. All the, like you mentioned, Andres, and I'll give you plenty of chances to talk about it. Really great dialogue between Blackthorn and Riko, right? In this episode, it's really great. Just his expression, how he's learned to grasp their culture now to the extent he has. Basically he says something along the lines to her of she's testing a sword to make sure it's sharp or something like that.
Walk into a sword just to prove the blade is sharp. Great line. Oh my god, that's
yeah,
essentially,
right? And so what we end up happening then, of course, is another just outstanding stellar scene, because then we see her actually go to leave with her team of samurai, right? Tanaka's wife and his consort, or whatever the fuck she is, her other wife, the one that just had the baby, right? And they actually go to leave, right? And it's powerful as hell. They get stopped. They get told they need a permit. They don't have a permit. When they won't let her through, she tells her samurai to kill them. They do. We have this great scene where she's standing there, moving around, like getting out of the way as they fight around her. Yeah. And all her men get cut down. And the last one of them, before he dies, says it was an honor to serve you and everything and whatnot. And then she picks up her spear deal and shit. Her servant gives it to her and tries to fight like 17 fucking dudes.
Yeah, she's badass.
She's screaming and shit and whatnot. Blackthorn and Yabu are they're jumping from roof to roof to watch and shit. All the regents are watching, right? And finally she gives up and says, I can't fight through all these men, right? And so she fucking declares that she's going to seppuku. So she can't perform her duty for her siege lord. She's going to seppuku that night, right? I believe it is at sunset, right? Yep. And as the one Catholic regent to second her, right? You know, for her seppuku.
That's Kiyama again.
Kiyama, yep.
Yeah.
Who agrees that he will.
Yeah.
And, you know, so very powerful scene. I'll go to you. I'm just a pop culture guy first, sir. Your thoughts on getting a chance to talk about Blackthorn, talking to her, he flat out tells her, this is after the, you know, the conflict scene. He even says to her, live for me. You know, like if you're going to live for anything, live for me. You know, but no, go ahead, sir. What do you think of Blackthorn, you know, not wanting her to follow through on the plans with the wives, and then the actual scene played out with the samurai fighting and whatnot and everything, and Mariko fighting with her spear and all that shit?
Perfect. Masterpiece. A+. I mean, this sequence was the highlight for me. It's one of my favorite, excuse me, one of my favorites in this show. I mean, first off, the Blackthorn, you know, kind of, you know, confessing his love to her, you know, saying that, please live for me, you know, it's a really great moment. I think that's where I think, like, I don't want to spoil too much, but like, it makes sense towards the end of this episode, what happens and what's going to happen in the future, the next episode. And it makes sense if you understand what Taranaga's plan is all about, because, you know, he has plans for, you know, Blackbeard, and we don't know what it is, you know. So I'm kind of wondering if Mariko is part of that equation. So I think that moment was very crucial and, you know, very heartwarming, you know, to see that, you know, not to let this woman that's incredible to die or whatnot. So I really like that scene. And then when we get into this, you know, now the moment when, you know, Mariko is leaving with the, you know, the hostages, you know, and I was like, oh my God, this is great. And then the doors open and you see the opposing army saying that you cannot leave. And I was like, oh my God. And then the one general was like the one general took his samurai and like, gosh, those two men. I was like, whoa, great. That's crazy. Blood and guts. I was like, wow. And then they were ready to fight. And then he gets shot in the arrow. I was like, wow, crazy. And then like everyone in the top of, you know, the castles are like watching this and like, oh my God. It was just so crazy. And then when, you know, no one is left to standing, you know, you see Mariko just being the one. Well, there's few still left, but you know, it's just Mariko now picking up the spear and like all that was incredible. Like all that. And then when she falls down and cry, I was like, oh my God, this is so incredible. I was like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And when she say, I cannot do my duty, so now I'm gonna seppuku, I was like, no, you cannot do that. Why you want to go to seppuku? This show is so obsessive with seppuku. Come on.
I mean, Andres, remember when Jeff was saying, like, after the landslide, when Toranaga made his speech, he was like, Toranaga was so amazing that he told me to do seppuku, I would be proud to do it.
Yeah, that's true. I guess he has convinced his whole army. It's like, look, you're gonna not do your duty, right? Just seppuku. And I'm like, oh, okay, but that doesn't mean nothing. But yeah, so I was like, oh my God, why seppuku? Like, come on, lady. Come on, Mariko. You're smarter than that. Just kick their butts. That's all. You know, maybe I don't know. So it's just crazy. That's the stopping point, please. Of course, when she was going to do it, you know, and then, you know, Blackbeard came in and is like, I'm going to do it. And takes the sword out. I was like, oh my
we're not going that far, man. Come on.
Okay,
Jesus Christ, dude. Why did you do that? Why did
No,
you add that last bit when you knew that was not within the scope of the shit?
No. Fuck you. I was asking you this moment to tell me to stop, and
You are something. You are something. You are something. I knew you were up to something right there. I knew you were.
Ladies and gentlemen, the whole internet, live stream, StreamYard, you see here, I was framed. I was tricked by
whatever.
Wait, were you trying to like kept saying keep cooking?
I'd be the first motherfucker in Shogun where I would actually like go to Seppuku and I'd be like, wait a minute, can I get a shorter knife on this shit? Like this is just too fucking long. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll Seppuku, but give me a shorter knife.
You need the woman's knives are smaller, so you want a girl's knife.
Yeah, like this is just too. I can't Seppuku with this long ass fucking thing. This is crazy. Who the fuck can do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? But anyways, no. I also didn't mention that the son comes to see her. Yeah. Right? And you actually see her. She comes as close to crying as she actually ever see her do in the show. When she actually does get glossy eye. When he tells her to stop her bullshit, right? That her family's already been their reputation's already been tarnished enough as it is, right? And he's tired of her bullshit. And he's to be married to the regent, Kiyama or whatever, whatnot's, daughter or whatever, whatnot.
Granddaughter.
So that was pretty emotional, I thought. So I just wanted to mention that did happen before the actual.
And she's like, we serve Toranaga. You will marry whoever Toranaga instructs you to. But he essentially goes, if you disgrace this family again, I'm no longer your son. I was like, whoa.
So
that's deep.
That's rough.
Yeah. So that scene was very deep. I mean, see that I remember she had a son.
I do not remember she.
Yeah. It was funny when that scene popped up before, the whole samurai fight, right? I was like, oh, who's this kid? And I was like, oh yeah, it's Margot has a son, But like he's such a brat, like just like the husband. I was like, oh my god, I don't like you now. I was like, oh my god. And then he's like, I'm gonna, I'm the faithful Christian, he's doing all his like the religion, blah blah blah, shenanigan, and then he's like, I'm gonna marry the granddaughter over, the other side. And I was like, oh wow. And then I just love that Marco, says like, no, we are loyal to Toranaga, and you're gonna marry whoever Toranaga sides, which I like that.
He talks to her in Portuguese too, which I thought was interesting. They're both bilingual. She would have taught him, I guess.
So go ahead, Imran.
I think it's part of the religion.
I'll do the pop culture, guys. 1 minute is up, so you could go ahead.
Look, let's back up because we cannot gloss over after that tense Mariko scene. We cannot gloss over the moments of humor Yabushige inserts to diffuse right afterwards, where he's talking to her, and you get a couple of good where he's like, "Huh, what?"
What the hell's going on? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's like, what are you doing? And my favorite line, he goes, "Leafless branch." What a terrible poem. Who writes about leafless branches in the spring? He's just shitting out a poem. It's hilarious. And he's just like, what? And then Mariko tells Anjin to stay out of it. We have the whole sun scene, and then her attempting to leave. Man, you thought that last scene was tense. This gets even more tense. And I love how polite she is in the beginning. At first, she's like, please kill him. She says, please. And they do kill the other guards. So she's very polite about it. The Japanese are always polite. And then the arrows, all the soldiers are killed. Her walking through the field where the arrows are just dropping by her feet, and it doesn't even faze her. I was like, this girl is badass. Now, when she gets her spear, and she's fighting, and you hear her yelling. Oh, you hear the passion. If this was a Marvel show, though, she would have kicked all their asses, and it would have been barely an inconvenience at all. This is a little more realistic, where the guys are yelling.
And she would have banged the Chiba instead of Blackfoot later on.
Yeah, probably. But I love Kiyama up there going, oh, by the way, you can't hurt her. Those people up there, they needed some popcorn or something. They watched such a show. It was just like, we're just going to watch this happen. It was kind of crazy. And then her just going, oh, this is what I want to. I learned this from the official podcast about when women take their own lives. You notice she never says the word seppuku. It was only seppuku, and a dude did it. Women would say, I'm going to take my life. And they did it differently they would stab themselves in the heart. Now the layers of this suicide are amazing because she's Christian and suicide's a sin, and she needs the second to cut her head off so her soul will be saved. It's a wild whole thing to even think of while doing this. Like, I'm gonna kill myself, but then can you chop my head off so I don't go to hell? My soul doesn't go to hell. It's wild.
Yeah, no, that is true. I didn't see her saying execrable.
Yeah, no, she doesn't.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Yeah,
she just says, "I'm going to take my life." Is how she phrases it.
That's right. Yeah, she wanted the region to second her and whatnot, everything because he's a fellow Catholic.
Yes, and he agrees. He agrees at the time.
Yeah,
Andres, it's not even your turn anymore, bro. Your turn was over.
Fuck you, Jeff. Let me talk, okay, motherfucking clown. Okay,
you're going back to like it's still your turn or whatnot. Like,
how about this? I'm gonna do what's an agate.
I'm gonna go over to you again on the next round of questions. Let me move down the line. Anyways,
yes, man. Brother, help me out here.
Hey, I mean, let him. Okay, I'll let him.
It's his turn to talk. What do you mean? Yes, your take, sir.
Yes, man. Go ahead.
Andres, whatever you want to say, just type in the chat. I will say it. Okay. I just loved how the scene right after the whole like the courtroom scene, like it went from like being super intense to super funny because Yapu's like, what in the name of all gods possessed you? Yeah. Has your mind left you? And this body of yours? Stupid? I just loved it.
That's when he goes, come on, idiot. That's when he leaves.
Yeah, exactly. I know. And then like he's like saying, is this Tornaga's plan? And Mark was like, no, this is my plan. I just loved it. Like it just went from like super serious to funny.
Yeah. And
then I'm gonna add for the Mariko and her son, like sorry, the okay. Oh my god. I need to put like a filter in the private chat when I'm talking. Okay. I just liked how this son, Marco's son, either he's brainwashed for being in that castle for too long, or this dude is just so hungry to marry Kiyama's granddaughter because he was willing to go as far as to say that he is willing to no longer be her son if she leaves the castle. Yeah. Like, geez, man, are you that hungry for like some hottie?
Hot D.
That was so perfect.
But how'd you do that? Hot D.
But you really, man, like, geez, this guy's so young and he's like doing all this. Like, this guy must be so hungry for you know what? Okay, and then
it's sad because that's the last thing she says to him too. Sad.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's sad, but what can you do, man? I mean, the words are said. He can't take it back. We know what happens next. Yeah, but I will have to say this though is I think one of the big mistakes with Shogun, the way how they wrote it and stuff, is including the son, because when you see Mariko and Buntaro, the way how they interact, they don't interact like how parents usually act, whether they're divorced or not.
That's not.
So
I don't think that's even Montero's son.
It might.
What are you talking about?
I don't think that is his son. It may be. It's possible.
Imran,
I don't know.
You have something. Say it.
They do say in the beginning in the flashback when she's pregnant and she's tried to take off that she is still that she's already is married to Montero.
Yeah, but right? I mean, I see your point. The son came out of nowhere all of a sudden. This character.
Yeah, they did kind of just throw it in there. Yeah, like just to add a little bit more emotional, like damage. For Mariko to deal with, right?
Yeah.
Emotional damage. You remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, that would be so cool, Jeff, if you had that. Anyways.
Damage. Yeah.
Okay. Also, you know how they were so about that scene where like, Mariko, Tornaga's wives are all leaving. Like, I think one of the big mistakes that Mariko did in the previous episode was saying that she wanted to be away from Buntaro, probably the greatest warrior in the entire show. She didn't bring Buntaro into Osaka. Yeah. If she brought Buntaro, I think she would have been able to have a better chance getting out of the castle, destroying all of those guards, because those other samurai, like, they were just weak. Okay, like, but I also liked how interesting it felt, like a video game a bit, when she was like leaving the castle, where it's like, first guard, right?
Yeah.
He beats these two other guards like easy, right?
Yeah.
And then you have this next few guards, and then it's like fighting, they're moving, like, and then next thing you know, it's
Well,
like
those are actual samurai.
I
The
know.
the guards aren't samurai.
I know, but
The only
like,
reason that they get beat is because of numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, everybody gets killed in the courtyard, and then the doors open, and then another wave come in.
it's like a video game.
Yeah.
I just like that. And what's also interesting is you have archers above. They're also shooting at them, and I'm just like, in a way, it feels like they're dying in vain.
It's not fair.
And-
like that's such an unfair thing to have archers.
This is
right.
This is feudal Japan, baby. This is where they live. This is the life that this is the Japan that Toranaga lives in and has to fight for.
Yeah.
So he has to be willing to make these accept these calculated losses, right?
Yeah, man.
Because of where they live.
And I also liked how after all the guards die, right? Mariko's like walking with her spear, and the archers, like, they don't shoot at her. They shoot near her, like they try to deter her, but she's not even stopping.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, like, I don't know, some dude was like,
The regent,
die.
The regent, yep. He flat out says, don't lay a hand out, do not kill her or whatever.
I was disappointed that Mariko did not take the opportunity to just kill them. Okay, like, look at those guards; they were acting like wusses. Like,
there was too many. That like I said, it would have been on a Marvel show. She would have taken them all out.
Okay, but think about it, they can't kill her. She can kill them.
She can kill them.
Advantage of it.
But she wasn't strong enough, and the weapon is there was too many. There sticks against her.
There was too many. She tried, and there was just too many. She's outnumbered.
Yeah, she couldn't kill nobody.
It was very disappointing compared to that a couple episodes back when she actually used the spear and beat.
Yeah, but that was in wide open battle.
That's true,
right?
I mean, she could have done a better job. I'll just say that
one-on-one against a one-on-one opponent, whatnot, and everything. It's a different ball game, right?
Yeah.
No, and most definitely, we talked about Marvel Studios need to bring in some of these Shogun folks. I mean, just to give you an idea of the kind of stuff that Marvel Studios is putting out lately. That was Chloe Zhao from the Eternals directed that operation right there.
I remember that scene.
And that was not, I mean, that did not work out well for that dude. Look at that.
He's fine. He was moving. It's fine.
And she got another Oscar for that shit.
Yeah.
So there you go. Marvel Studios needs to get Frederick E. Otoy up in that bitch, so that shit like that's not going on. The dude's not falling off trucks and shit and whatnot. Justin, do you have anything else to say, sir, before I move on?
You wanted to say something, Andres?
No. Everything there.
Okay.
Besides the chat, I know why you're laughing. But no, my feelings are already explained in the chat, the private chat, folks. And you want to support me and conquer Jeff's channel, I will do that. But I need your support. Anyway.
We're all done, Jeff.
Yeah, we're all done. Yeah, we're all done. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, so basically we get that really great scene. We're moving forward with the episode. We get essentially Blackthorn being summoned to go see, right, the young what the hell is he called?
The heir
to go see him, and it's a ruse for what is another great scene with Mariko getting a chance to talk to Ochiba Nokata directly one-on-one.
Yeah.
Although during their dialogue, she does ask Mariko to translate some of what she says to Blackthorn so that Blackthorn can know.
She doesn't, though, really.
No, she does. She kind of does and kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
So he can know about their relationship and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it is the one scene where we do actually see in those crazy eyes Ochiba flash some glossy eyes, right, for a minute and whatnot, because she really does love Mariko too. Everyone seems to kind of love Mariko.
Yeah.
Right. But it's a really good scene. They have some really good dialogue, right? And their relationship is really interesting. It's been very fascinating, a very interesting dynamic to add, right, to the show. And basically, you know, she warns her, doesn't want her to seppuku, you know, whatever, whatnot, right? You know, doesn't see how this is going to benefit anybody. Of course, she still has her problems with Toranaga as well. And so basically Blackthorn and Rico end up, you know, walking away from that. And, you know, Mariko asks Ochiba, says to her, you know, if I'm playing games, you're the one who can stop them, right? You have the ability. And she does her little deal where she goes backpedals and says, I have no power, right? I'm just here to protect my son. Or whatever, right? You know, whatever. Does one of her little deals where she does her little magic there for a minute. And off that, you know, basically, right, we get her and Blackthorn, you know, leaving the scene. And essentially, we get the heartfelt request from Blackthorn for her to at least consider living for him, you know, which I thought was very it bounces off of dialogue we've heard previously with Montero, right? You know, asking her to live for him, you know, and not die when not everything. I believe it was trying to bounce off that. He says to her, you know, consider, among other things, living for me, right? And you really see Blackthorn's love at its best on his end in this chapter. You know, and it, again, I don't want to go back and forth and be wishy-washy, but you really see Blackfoot's ability to speak Japanese with Lady Ochiba.
Yeah.
What she says to him. So I've heard you could speak pretty decent Japanese, and he says, as long as you keep it simple.
Yeah.
Right. I can understand. You can see how astute he really has, like, learned the language. He really has
gotten better. He's gotten better.
He's an intelligent motherfucker. He's not stupid.
Yeah.
So we get the heartfelt, you know, Blackthorn impeaching her to not seppuku, right? And they grab hands when she asks him to stay out of it and whatnot and everything, right? And just respect, you know, what the time they've spent with each other. You know, it's sad almost in the audience to see them only be able to articulate their love for each other through these small interchanges, like these brief holding hands periods and whatnot and all that, right? It's almost sad in a way when you watch, because you want them to be able to be together, kind of, in a way.
Yeah.
You know, but we move forward and they prepare the room for her to seppuku and everything, right? And it's all set up, and she assumes the position of all that shit, and essentially, you know, basically, before that, she does visit Father Alvido and tries to do a confession where she really can't confess. And he sings a song to her, which we then hear during the end credits. And it's actually very beautiful that they ended the episode in the end credits with this song, because we only get a little brief snippet of it, but it's beautiful. He has a very nice voice, Father Alvido. They have a very special relationship.
Yeah.
You know, they know each other for a long time. I thought that was a really powerful scene, the two of them together. So then we go to the seppuku scene, and, you know, everyone's present to watch her seppuku for the most part, her inner circle, you know, Toraga's people. But Kiriyama does not show up to second her. And so Blackthorn has to step up and do it himself. And he means it. Like, he has, you know, for a minute there, you think he's going to do something stupid, but he actually steps up and does, like, what is the right thing, right? For her, out of her love for her and the meaning of their friendship, he's willing to second her.
Yeah.
And assumes a position, takes the sword and everything, right? And right at the last minute, right before, you know, the pressure's building and Rico's about to seppuku, and literally Blackthorn's about to take her head off, one of Ishido's people comes in, or Ishido comes in himself, letting her know that the regents have granted her permit to leave or whatever, whatnot. It basically says he can't believe this stupidity or whatever. So we'll stop there. I'll go to you first, Rathacon. What are your thoughts, sir, on that whole scene?
So I want to first talk about the meeting with Ishido, Ochiba, and the council members. I like how Ochiba eloquently described the catch-22 situation that Ishido is in.
Yep.
Where basically she says that if he lets Mariko and the ladies go, then the hostages will demand to leave. And if Ishido decides to let Mariko kill herself, then every noble family in the city will rebel against him. Like, that is just perfectly said.
A brilliant trap. What a brilliant move.
I know, right? Imran,
Can't
this
let her
might be
leave.
Crimson Sky.
Can't let her die. This is Crimson Sky. Yeah. I was like, that is genius. It's so good.
It's like, you expect it to be a lot of people, right? A whole army going into Osaka. Only what?
One woman, too. It's amazing.
Yeah. Dude, Toranaga's like a master. This is the first time I said this on the show, FYI. But yeah, that's that. Now, as for Blackthorn's meeting with the Hire and Ochiba, I find it interesting that when Blackthorn bows, the Hire was laughing. But when Mariko is coming later on to bow, the Hire doesn't even seem to care. Like, he's just like playing with his toys or something. I don't know.
He's so weird because he points at him earlier, and
yeah,
he just wants to play with his rocks. That's all he wants.
I mean, he likes Blackthorn, but doesn't seem to care about Mariko.
Yeah.
What is this, Jeff? What is this?
That's the kid from The Shining.
That's a Danny Award, baby. I'm giving a Danny Award to the fucking son.
Danny
the Hire, even though like Shido's words are basically the Hire's words.
Red rum, the Hire.
Yeah.
And okay, so this scene, there is so much more with the eye acting. I'm just gonna leave that there. And also,
what was it? Mariko actually makes eye contact with Blackfoot. She impeaches him with her eyes when she's going to second herself, and there's no one to second her.
Yeah,
she impeaches him with her eyes.
Yeah,
she begs him. Okay, I also like how when Blackthorn and Mariko were talking, right, about the seppuku, he was like, you know, oh wait, no, actually, no, let's go back. Okay, so remember how Ochiba was saying that
he was like, you should get a shorter knife.
Oh no, Ochiba, I want to go back to that scene actually with Ochiba, Blackthorn, all that stuff. It was interesting when Ochiba was like, I only exist to protect my son. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, you also exist to pillow with creepy old men like Ishido, the Taiko. Right, Imran?
Yeah, but they drugged her. That wasn't her fault. Like, this is her. She's had a crazy life. She got forced. Meanwhile, Mariko's like all revered and gets to do whatever she wants. I can kind of feel like where Ochiba's coming from. Like, and even though she is the Taiko's whatever wife, mother to the child, Mariko did end up having a better life, I guess.
It seems like, yeah. Oh, I love this quote by Ochiba where she's like, when we were girls, Mariko did everything well.
Yeah.
She always knew where to stand, when to leave the room without being asked. It was easy for her, but our fathers were enemies, you see.
Yeah.
Their misery was ours. Wars raged even in our castle, but I had Mariko. She was my happiness. And then she was sent away. For years, I couldn't recognize this woman. I was told she'd become that Mariko in her father's name, wished to become a martyr.
Yeah.
But I see her now, the girl who did everything right with anger growing in her chest. All she seeks is destruction. And dude, that was such a great quote because, when I first heard this quote, when I first watched the episode, I was like, oh, is she talking about that Mariko's creating the games with Toranaga? But then later on, when I see this quote again, I'm like, she's talking about Mariko being like this, having perfect life to wanting to commit seppuku every second.
Yeah, like she's not grateful. She's a little jealous.
Exactly, Imran. Exactly. And then I'm going to finally leave to the Blackthorn Mariko talk separately, where Blackthorn's like, if not for good sense, if not for God, then will you consider living with me? And then literally in the back of my mind, I was like, if Jeff was Blackthorn, he would say, if not for good sense, if not for God, then will you consider having the best pillowing of your life for me before you die? I'm done here. I'm done cooking.
Make sure we get the pillow one more time before you seppuku. Good job, Jess. I'm glad that was a good contribution. Imran, your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I want to highlight the line Mariko says at the end of that conversation with Achiba, where after they're all like, you can stop these games, I'm not playing games. And Mariko goes, accepting death isn't surrender. She goes, flowers are only flowers because they fall. Like, she knows what's coming. She knows what she has to do, and that her life, she's wanted to kill herself, right? For years. And now Toranaga has given her purpose that she can do that and serve a purpose. And this is kind of her ultimate goal, really. So that's a great line. Yeah, when Blackthorn's like, will you live for me? I thought it was a little bit like male, like centrist, like, oh, for me, at least for me, Deuce, like, really, look at what this girl's gone through. You think she's gonna not do this just for you? You just met her. So it was weird.
You didn't remember that it was something that was a motif that had been mentioned before previously in other chapters?
Yeah, no, I know they've said this a lot. I just, in the moment, I was like, this girl has orders. She knows what she's doing. Like,
I get it.
You're not gonna be able to convince her otherwise. I also love this other detail during all this. Blackthorn is so perturbed and mad, he just draws a line through the rocks across the pattern and just and I was like, what does that mean? Is it just like a protest?
That was actually an impression of the size of Yabu's bulge.
Oh, wow. That was it was over 7 rows.
Yeah,
it was 7 rows tall. I see. That's what he was doing. He's like, just so I remember this, I'm just gonna make a quick drawing. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. Now, you can always refer to the drawing of Yabu's bulge in the rock garden.
He stares at it for a couple hours.
I left it for you there. I love, the final confessions are great. I love that there's a drummer. Like, this is the suicide drummer. Like, this is the guy that whenever you're gonna do this, he has to get up and start to, everybody is gonna be a seppuku. Boom, boom, come out and see it. I don't know why he started drumming like right before. Like,
he yells and shit too. He's like,
He's like, ah! Like, that dude awesome.
It's like Andor.
Yeah, that dude was awesome though. I was like, I love a good drummer. It was like Phil Collins back in Genesis and shit. That guy doing the break from In the Air Tonight. He's like,
we should have that drummer come on just for Andres and Pop Culture guy for when he comes on the show.
I can feel it.
Yes.
No, but when Blackthorn steps up to second her, I was like, man, that's this guy really. He loves her so much. He wants to save her soul, and he has a great line too. He goes, "Hell is no place I haven't already known." He's like, "Let me do this for you." He doesn't want her to go to hell, and he would have done it. He was like, I think he was about to do it. Like, he would have done it if it got that far. He was ready. I was like, that's crazy, bro. You were ready to do this.
And then wouldn't have been no 12 swings either. He would have
done it once. Also, another great callback to the beginning of the episode, as she gives him her cross, just like the father gave her the cross, and she takes it off. She gives it to him. So now he has it. Yes. And then Ishido, important part here, when he shows up, he's like, here's your permits. You get to leave in the morning. He doesn't say right away, you can go now. He makes it a point to make it legal in the morning, and there's a reason. And then everybody wants permits, right? They're like, can we have permits? Can we have permits? And he's like, it's fine. Apply for the permits. You'll get the permits. What is all this? Enough about the permits.
For real. All right. Before I go down to this pop culture guy.
そなたは日の本の言葉をまずまず喋れるそうじゃな。私の言うてることがわかるか。
はい。優しい言葉お使いいただくようお願いいたしまする。
手習い済みの挨拶か。気の回ることじゃ。マリコ殿に仕込まれたのであろうの。よう来られた。八千代様が安心殿と戯れたいとお望みでな。つ 数字もいるゆえ、そなたにご足労願ったのじゃ。
She asks of me to translate. It is a ruse to bring me before her. Please let us speak.
私でお役に立てば光栄にござりまする。安神様はお世継ぎにお目通りを許していただいたお礼を申しておりまする。駆け引きをやめにせよ。駆け引きなどいたしておりませぬ。私には果たさねばならぬ務めがあるだけでござりまする。何を言おうと虎長殿の挑発行為は取り繕えぬぞ。虎長殿のおとりになったところで、そなたは自由の身にはなれぬ。恐れながら思い違いをなさっておられまする。我が殿の望みは、この争いを終わらせることのみにござりまする。安神殿に伝えてくれぬか。我らがどのような間柄であったか、安神殿にも知ってもらいたい。幼い頃のマリコ殿は何事にも卒がなかった。己の立場をわきまえ、いつ部屋を出れば咎められぬか心得ておった。まこと、目から鼻へ抜けるような子供であった。
She talks about our childhood together. She and I grew up like sisters.
されど、我らの父は敵同士。親の苦難を子が受け継ぎ、戦の嵐は我らの城にも吹き荒れた。じゃが、私にはマリコ殿がおった。マリコ殿と過ごすことが私の喜びであった。されどそのマリコ殿は遠くへ行ってしまった。長じてのうち、これがあのマリコ殿じゃと言われても私には合点がいかなんだ。あのマリコ殿が父に準じて死ぬことだけを望む女子になったとは信じられなんだ。じゃが今はわかる。何をさせても卒がなかった幼子は胸に怒りをためておったのじゃ。そして今は全てを滅ぼそうとしておる。
このようなこと、お疲れになりませぬか。
私にどうせよというのか。諦めて無駄死にせよと。カレーだのように枯れよっていうのか。
そなたがやめよと申されたこの争いを終わらせることができるのはそなただけでござりまする。
That was it. That was that tear. She almost cried there for a minute.
息子を守るほかに生きる意味などないのじゃ。そなたは自分の真の像をついて自分の息子を守れるの。
That was one of her little flips where she does the flip.
We should go now.
That was like, it's about fucking time.
It's very awkward for Blackbeard standing there doing these two. Look there, please. It's like,
I know, he feels fucking stupid as fuck, probably.
Dude, what was that comment, bro?
What?
The caption where like he was like Blackfoot saying, "Am I gonna pillow these two girls or what? Let's go."
Yeah, that's what he was thinking.
That's what he was thinking. Yes, I. You know what? He probably was thinking like, which one of these?
If Jeff was there, he would be like, "All right, ladies, stop talking. Let's go find a private room together."
I would have worked really hard to learn Japanese just so I could pillow both them chicks. I would be trying to like, you know, you gotta take advantage of your position.
Hey, are you gonna invite Lady Kiku and Jin? So it'll be like a 5.
You gotta try to get as much tail as you can while you're like over there or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you never know when you're gonna die. So
I would have taken that first pillow from Jump from the doctor.
Wait, are you gonna include Fuji too? So it'll be like 6.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, Fuji. I pillow all of them. Well, who gives? I'm single, baby. Fuck. I don't give a fuck. As long as they can give me consent, baby. As long as there's consent, it's on.
And you're gonna have a Japanese style wedding after?
No, I'm not gonna have a Japanese style wedding. But I wouldn't mind maybe. I think Japanese chicks are cool as shit. Under the pop culture guy, sir. What are your thoughts on that scene, sir?
That scene was great.
And the seppuku deal and all that, and Blackfoot seconding.
Yeah, all that. I mean, peak Shogun, I would say. I mean, first off, the scene with Miracle and the friend, we've been following, with the show. Like that moment was kind of the build up, like when they're gonna meet each other again. Like where they're gonna like see each other again before either they die or the war was gonna start. I was kind of surprised that we got these two in like the same room, like area. I was kind of surprised, and I really liked their discussion. Like it's this like cat and mouse, fight between these two friends, which is really cool. She's seeing through the game that that Miracle is playing. It's something's going on with Taranaga, and she knows that. That's why when we get later, that what happens towards the end of the episode, because she doesn't buy this, and she's trying her best to like do this one last thing for her mom. I know her mom was sick. I don't know if she passed away for the last episode, because she had a stroke. The stop playing around with these games of vengeance, So I think here she was trying to like give her one last chance to stop this and like, of these games, but unfortunately, Miracle doesn't do that. She's following the following the orders of Taranaga, of what's going on, like her role, and she understands that now, So, and and while this is, this engaging conversations happening, it's also funny. Blackbeard standing there, like, it's like, oh, what's going on here? Like, but then at the same time, like, as you guys brought up, like he's someone understands what they're saying in terms of Japanese. I mean, he's been there for a long time, so he knows what's going on. I think that him leaving, I think he understood what was going, like what that last part say. I think that's why he like left that. I think he understood that. And then the cervical, I was like, oh my god, the cervical is here. I was like, oh my god, like no, my beautiful wife, my second wife, Miracle, is gonna cervical herself. Small knife, as you guys were saying. I was like, wow, small knife. But I mean, we had to cut the head first, so okay. And of course, Blackbeard came in, and then everyone's watching it. Like the sun is there. I was like, oh, the sun is there. Okay, and and then her taking out the cross. And remind me, guys, did she give the cross to Blackbeard or her son?
Blackthorn.
Yeah, she gave it to Blackthorn, right?
Okay, Blackthorn. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I think that was a good, final push for their relationship.
And they actually held hands in front of the entire crowd and whatnot and everything after the permit order came and whatnot and everything. They held hands.
Oh, yeah. That made a lot of sense. It makes sense too. I mean, I think that those two have been together for so long. It's like has to be something like they know that maybe they like got close together and whatnot. Like, because I mean, Taranaka knows something was going on with those two. So I mean, I think everyone kind of knew that. So that was a neat moment of them holding, because they been through this crazy ride, and I was like, oh my god. And then the sword comes out, and I was like, oh my god. It's like the Clint Eastwood movie, The Good, the Bad, and Ugly, that like great tune. Dun, I was like, oh no. And then the Yoshio comes in, and he's like, here's your permit. I was like, permit? What? Permit for your building? I was like, what permit? And then he talks, and he's like, oh yeah, the permit to leave, tomorrow. Now, I didn't catch that until my second viewing. I was like, why tomorrow? And then, oh my god, I was like, okay, makes sense.
Oh, you thought it was the permit for Shaquille O'Neal to come in and do his magic stuff.
Oh my god, no. Shaquille O'Neal. I think the permit was for Michael Jordan, I think, the most part.
I thought it was a permit to build a strip club within the castle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, next to the church. That's where they're
yeah.
Building permit.
Keep cooking, Andres. Keep cooking.
Keep cooking. Keep going. Why do you say you keep going? Just keep going. Okay. The folks here are gonna say, "Why is Andres cooking?" I'm not cooking. I'm in my.
What are you cooking? It smells good.
Matthew Khan is the first person ever on the history of the guest panel to ever actually encourage Andres to continue talking.
Yeah, that's true. No one here. I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you guys what I'm cooking. I'm cooking lasagna, garlic bread, Italian, panabacca pizza. That's what I'm cooking right now. Back of my. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Desmond, love you. Please encourage me to talk more. Anyway, so when Yoshio stops that Yoshio, I was like, oh my god, it was so relief. But yeah, when you get towards the end episode, and I did Jasmine, you brought up the quote here. I did like when he towards the end, like about the Kerman. He say a mere woman tempting her suicide and floating in the air's welcome is disgusting. I really like that line for him. That was like such a cold, delivery from that character. And
Wait, can you say that line again, but add like action to it?
Okay, I'll try. Here, a mere woman tempting her suicide and floating in the air's welcome is disgusting. I hope that's good. I mean, that was very, very dark. I mean, not that good, but very Latino way. Anyway, it's a good line. I like it. I mean, cold shoulders. Yeah, that's the stopping point. Overall, this sequence was the highlight for this episode. It was a great moment for Myra Crow, and a bit more for Blackbeard. I agree with you guys. I was happy that Blackthorn was not an annoying bitch about his bolt,
right?
And all that. So I was very relieved that he was like, okay, and like he was doing his job, And
yeah. Finally, being helpful. Finally.
Yeah, exactly.
Andres, I think you should ask Chiba if you can actually enter the poetry competition.
Oh yeah,
poetry slam. Yeah, you'd kill.
Okay. Oh dear.
Is Shido's the one who is in charge of it?
Oh god, I don't know about that. Oh my god.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, Mr. Imran, sir, your thoughts.
Wait, I did give my thoughts.
Did I already go to you?
Yeah. We can move on.
Oh, what do you want me to? Hey, you know what?
Who's the last person, Jeff? Come on.
Hey, what do you want me to do, man? I fuck up sometimes. I just wanted to push you on the spot so you could be in the big square.
I like being in the big square. There's a lot of room in here. Oh,
I'll go back to it. I promise. Don't worry. I'll go back to it. I will.
By the way, he has 2 Spider-Man, so it's already cool. That's probably why Jeff wants to go with you. So.
Better than 1 Spider-Man. Yeah.
That's right. 2 is usually better than 1, especially when it comes to pillowing.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying?
Someone would have to signal them or something.
But like that quick?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, panelists, can you guys come up with ideas?
Not that answer, Jeff. Well, actually, in certain movies and TV, I always see they always shoot like fire arrows sometimes to send this in.
Look at Cyber. Cyber was Mr. Stick in the Mud on that chapter. Did you see him?
Dude, I didn't pay attention to him.
Yeah, I know. It's too hard not to watch the girls fall out and everything and whatnot and all that. That's a funny meme. I love that shit. It's hilarious.
Are you gonna add later on how I recreated Psyche's sex scene?
Yes, I will. I promise.
Oh no!
No, I'm not going to. I'm not.
Oh my god.
Anyways, all right. I'm gonna drop a trailer, guys. If anybody wants to take a break, if anybody wants to go pee or whatever, or grab a drink or whatever, whatnot, feel free. I'm gonna drop a trailer.
Do not be fooled by our politeness. Our bows are made of rituals. Death is in our air, and sea and earth. Just remember, we live and we die. We control nothing beyond that.
There's a saying out here, every man has 3 hearts. One in his mouth for the world to know. Another in his chest, just for his friends. And a secret heart, buried deep, where no one can find it. What kind of man wields power in a land like this? The one with the open, or the one you never see? Will I die here? Likely.
War is coming.
Life and death are the same. Both can have value and purpose.
This is not where we die. We should be corpses, I know. But here we are. My life is mine and yours is yours. If you can't see that, you'll never be free of this prison.
It is you who is imprisoned. Freedom is all you ever live for.
己の務めを果たす覚悟はできておるか。
覚悟はできておりまする。
Holy shit! Let's just making McNuggets in my hand. I don't want to hear it.
It's 10:30 a.m. We don't serve chicken McNuggets at this time.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
Why not?
Because we do.
You know what? Did you just hiss at me? I'm more than just fucking hiss at you.
Hey, you just get your ass out of the car. What's going on over there?
Don't you fucking run away from me, you bad move.
Man.
God,
oh shit.
Don't make me assume my ultimate form. I will fuck you up. Just wait. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna wreck you. Get the fuck back. Get the fuck. I'm gonna try to swallow you like a dumbass.
Ma'am. Whoa. Ma'am.
What?
Close that shit. Man, God damn. Oh my god. What the fuck is this bitch on? Holy shit.
That's right, folks.
Wow. That's a bad day at work there. What is wrong with people?
Sometimes, folks, drugs are bad.
That shit is real. That's the craziest thing.
Hey, that bitch is about to go Super Saiyan.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe assume my ultimate form. That is some serious shit right there when you believe that you live in that dimension. Anyways, guys, so I'll wrap up the rest of the episode right now. And we're gonna do our final questions right off of this final chunk. But you know, I'm not gonna go word for word here because we all watched the episode. But we all know that coming off of the permit process, Ashidu sends an emissary to get a hold of Yabu, right? To turn Yabu over to his side, you know, and basically set up, right? You know, Riku and her defense or her protectors and whatnot and everything, right? Or leave an opening for Ashidu to send in his shinobi, right? To take care of Mariko and whatnot, because she ain't leaving. You know what I'm saying? And so they come, you know, the shinobi come, you know, to get Mariko, and we do get some great action. We get Blackfoot finally get a chance to use his pistol, right? And he's really good with that motherfucker too. He gets some good shots in. And we see Mariko actually kill some people and shit and whatnot, and do some stabbing and shit and fighting and whatnot. And they go to the storehouse that has like the strong walls. And when the shinobi show up to blow their way in, Mariko decides to put her body up against the fucking thing and whatnot and take the blow, right? To, you know, to serve her siege lord and finally end her life. But she does pillow with Blackfoot, the night before. You know, so that, you know, that makes it better.
That had to make you happy, Jeff. They got
they
pillowing in.
Yeah. I would still would have been happier to see Fuji in the chapter. It's okay though. I like Fuji. All right. So I left some stuff out there, but I'll start with you, Imran. What are your thoughts, sir, on that ending?
Dude, that ending was crazy. It ends you with a punch in the gut. This Yabushige is, I don't know how, he's hilarious, but this dude going around killing his own dudes and then just holding the door open for the shinobi and then acting like, oh, what's going on? There's intruders. I'm like, wow, bro. And then when he gets caught in that storeroom, you can see his face is like, oh shit, this wasn't supposed to happen. And he's freaking out because it just bit him in the ass. But I love all these things they introduce to us that become other things, like the courtesans become geishas eventually. The town of Edo becomes Tokyo, and the shinobi are the precursor to ninjas. The word ninja doesn't come up until like way later, but and I remember the video game also on Sega. That was a dope video game, Shinobi. Also, I love Yabushige. So he's so self-serving, just looking out for his own self-interest in the very end. And I love how he like waits till the person bows to fucking stab him. Like just bottom of the barrel, like the lowest thing you can do when the guy's bowing is that, and he stabbed the drummer. The guy who was drumming. I thought that guy was a good drummer. He had good rhythm. He stabs him anyways. So yeah, Shinobi come in. They fucking kill everyone. I love Blackthorn shooting through the wall, getting these dudes through the wall and like sticking his hand in there. That was, and also the little detail of like you shoot once and then you have to like reload.
Could you imagine if he grabbed through the hole and he grabbed Yabu's dong?
He's like, oh no, I made a mistake.
Sorry, Yabu. Yabu's on the other side. Like, what the fuck, you idiot?
Dude, what? Why the dog? Why?
What? Oh, what the what?
The dong. I said. Yabu's
why?
It's dong level. He was really high. I don't know.
Why not grab the beard?
He yeah. I don't know. He reaches through the wall and gives him a titty twister. I don't know. I don't know what happens over there, but then he shoots him and kills him. And then, yeah, just at the end when he's trying to like move the crates and Yabushige's were all gonna die, and Mariko gets it. And this is my question the whole time: is like, how much of this was the Toranaga plan, or how much did he just tell her what he needs to happen and trust that she would do the right thing when the time happens, meaning sacrifice herself for a purpose? Because I was like, what are you doing? I was just like them. Oh, I also love how this whole series, Blackthorn is like the viewer. He's always asking questions you're thinking. Like, why do you have to do this? Why are we doing this tradition? This doesn't make any sense. And you're with him the whole time. And just when he's like, Mariko-sama, she's just there with her arms crossed, like in a cross. And that last shot, wow. Just real quick, you see the door blow. You see her fly forward. Cut to black. I was like, oh shit. What an ending. What an ending. Yes, there's a big feudal Japanese somewhere in this episode.
It's a dude connection, sir.
Yeah. But yeah, just an explosive ending. And again, just like the last two episodes, just a holy shit moment at the very end. This is probably the best episode so far, easily.
I don't know. There's so many intangibles. I mean, the four of us have all watched the show. We can all talk amongst each other for hours about this stuff. I don't know when y'all watch your episodes exactly, or all that. I don't know, with you, Imran. That I watch them like, the day or the day after, before the shows, right? And that's how I feel. And so it's tough, right? It really is when you're going week by week. It's tough to watch these episodes and then take them in and let them soak in and try to rate them against each other, right? Like it's tough.
Yeah.
Unless you really grow and rewatch the whole thing almost, right?
Almost. Like I'll try to watch every episode twice, and I will confess I have watched the final episode because I couldn't not. I was like, I have to. It's out. I'm going to watch it. So we can talk about it next week, of course, but I will say, just like the whole series, it's unexpected. It's not what I expected, but it's fucking good. Just like this whole show.
That's right, folks. And Imran will be here next Wednesday for the finale. He'll be back. We'll be doing Shogun Chapter 10. And yes, of course, Out is the Pop Culture Guy Channel Presents will be here too. Sir, it is your time to go 60 Minute Man at full bore. Have at it.
Keep cooking, man.
Start cooking.
You didn't even start cooking. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I already started cooking. It's ready. It's almost done.
The
Anyway.
garlic bread is ready. I can smell it.
It smells good. Anyway, oh my god, I completely agree with you, Raven. Yeah, this final part was just like totally this series is unexpected for completely for it's unexpected in different ways that I was expecting from the show to do certain things, and like this episode really kind of showed that to me. It's like, oh, okay, I see what this show is really doing. I was just so crazy because first off, let me say, I thought initially that maybe Tarnaga was the one that got Yobo to do that commitment until I saw that it was actually the other side. Like he actually did betray them because it was so dark when he attacked that person.
I thought so too. Initially, I was like, "Oh, is this Crimson Sky? Is Tornaga's men sneaking in now?" That's what I thought. Also.
Yeah, same here. And when he was trying to the moment I realized that okay, he was portraying them because he was going to direct them to the direction where they're going to get kill Mariko or kidnap her. But then Mariko say we need to go to this other side, whatnot, from those house, whatnot. That was where I was like, okay, he's really betraying, and so I was just shocked. And I mean, first blood and guts. I was I always dug the sneak attack they always do. I was enjoying that. I was so happy we got another one of those, which was really cool. And and I agree with you guys. It was great to see Blackthorn using his gun and actually being useful, which was great. And oh my god, the moment when she realized she has to sacrifice herself, I was like, no, don't do this to me. And she just goes and stands to the front door. I was like, what are you doing? And then I was with Blackthorn. I was like, don't move. And then explode and then cut to black. And I was like, oh my god. After we're done with this, I'm going to see the next episode. I was like, what's going on here? Like, what's the plan right now with Taranaga and this whole thing? And it's just ridiculous. So, yeah, I've been enjoying the show. I gotta say, I was never the last two episodes haven't been my favorite. I think it's because it's such a calculating plan for Taranaga. Like, you're expecting this war, they were talking about, the Christmas sky. I was like, oh, okay. But then we never, we don't, the war, Christmas sky. Oh my God.
Christmas sky, baby.
Christmas sky.
Christmas sky. You guys,
who talks about Christmas in spring?
What kind of a poem is this? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, well, first off, America have a weird reception of Christmas, and they start early, in October, folks. So it's not weird talking.
America starts Christmas in October.
Yeah, they start putting the decorations, the ornaments.
Philippines starts in September.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Anyway, that's not the point here, folks.
The flowers petals only drop during Christmas time.
Oh my god!
When Santa Claus pillows with Fuji.
Oh my god!
I thought Fuji was your girl, bro. You're gonna let her pillow with Santa?
Hey, it's Santa Claus, bro. He can have whatever he. Of course, I'd let him have that shit.
Okay, what about Imran? You gonna let Imran take it?
Yeah, how you gonna say no to Santa Claus?
You want me to pillow with Santa Claus? Sure.
Yeah, I would let Imran's my boy. I would let Imran tap Fuji real quick.
Oh wow. Anyway, yeah. So just to wrap up, I mean, I wasn't, looking at it now. I mean, I wasn't surprised that Yobo betrayed them. I mean, everyone is, is going to join either side to benefit themselves. He was just trying to benefit himself, and so I think there's going to be something going to happen to him when he meets up again, Taranaga, in the next episode. So I just have that feeling. So it was kind of expected. I had to say, So, but yeah,
They're not gonna be like, I was gonna kill you, Yabu, but because of your bulge, I'm gonna let you seppuku.
no way. Taranaga is not that kind of person like you, sir. Anyway, that's all I'd say.
Bro,
it's a good one, Jeff.
Dude,
It's a good one.
That's a good one, huh?
Yeah. Taranaga does not be like you, sir. No offense, Jeff.
Jasmine, it's your turn.
I can go now?
Sir. Yeah, have at it, sir.
Okay, perfect. So
good awkward silence, though.
Of course.
Yeah, it's true.
So what's interesting is the castle was pretty quiet, right? After the whole almost seppuku moment for Mariko. So we know that Mariko and Blackthorn were pillowing. And they've pillowed before, but we know they're quite quiet about it. So I think it was so loud that night that Ishido had to send his men to figure out, hey, who's pillowing loud, and we need to shut them up. It happened to be that Jeff and Fuji were actually in the palace pillowing loud. And that's like
right.
Ishido.
That's right. Ishido was like, nobody can be making more fucking pillow noises and whatnot louder than me. I was Ishido, bitch.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, you want to make some of those noises for us first before I continue?
I don't make noises and shit and whatnot. I just talk crazy shit in the bedroom with chicks, just like I talk out here. Just imagine me in the bedroom. I talk crazy shit.
So it's like you're doing a podcast. You're like
my vocal game
like...
is strong. My vocal game is strong, baby.
Oh, wow!
In the sack, bro.
Okay, wow, it's pretty cool. Good to know.
That's right.
And you know, it was very interesting that in the beginning, right, when Yabu was talking to that one guard, it's like you hear the ladies laughing, and then suddenly everyone's looking, and we thought, oh, I thought there might be some threat. No, Yabu kills that guard. I'm like, what? Like a little too convenient to just do that. But hey, great on the writers for doing that. And then let's see, what else? Oh, I love how they use the guns throughout like the entire like sequence. You know what's interesting is that this year, okay, Assassin's Creed, okay, and this is like, you know, a video game that's like themed around this time, and like the main character can be like attributable to like Blackthorn, except make him cooler and stuff. You know that this year Assassin's Creed is gonna make their first ever video game that's gonna be based in feudal Japan. So this whole sequence is actually a good sneak peek for that video game. That could be a possibility that they squeeze that in. You never know, but just wanted to put that out there. And let's see, what else? You guys took most of the good stuff. Oh, two things. Number one, why didn't Yabushiki help Blackthorn push the crate to the door? Like, why? He was just like standing there.
Yeah.
If anything, it's like, you know, if he helps Blackthorn, he's kind of like contributing to, you know, Toranaga betraying Ishido, that type of stuff. So he was on Ishido's side this whole time. Like, they even made a deal, I think, before Mariko was leaving in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Ishido's like, hey, I accept your offer to service me, you know, as like forgiveness or something like that. So it's like, he already made the deal with Ishido ahead of time. And another thing, this is a key detail that's interesting about Mariko's death. Did she die? Who knows? Okay. We saw something similar with Buntaro, right? But with Mariko, when she's standing by the door as the fuse on those C4s were about to explode, she's standing like as if she's like Christ on the cross, you know?
Yeah.
Like that is just like a hidden detail that I think deserves more attention. It's like, does she see herself as someone like a saint that like she just does that? Like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, I think that was just a big detail.
I think, honestly, I think that instead of like her like having to shield the explosives or whatever whatnot, Yabu should have just extended this bulge.
We should have been like, quick, hide behind my bulge. I'll save us all.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know?
Oh wait, quick, hide behind me. And then
I mean,
he
he already fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So like, I would like just to make it up or whatever, whatnot. You know?
Oh, he feels bad. I think that's why I think he froze in that moment because Blackthorn's calling out for his help, and he's just like, what happened? Like he's realized, like I messed up. This thing is.
If this was the Marvel Studios version of Shogun, of course, Montero and Blackthorn would fucking pillow in Chapter 10.
Do what?
As a way to like grieve Rico's death together or whatnot. They would like pillow.
I thought they would go to Lady Kiku and the Willow World.
No, they just pillow and whatever.
No, it'd be like boys' night at the house there, at Lady Kiku's boys' night. We'll split it.
Oh my god!
I don't know.
I'm done here. That's all I have to say about this final sequence. But great work, man.
Yo, also, like the baby was in there and Toranaga's wives. Like, what?
I just had this thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is going to report to Toranaga that Yabu didn't do anything to protect them? That's what I'm wondering about.
One of them.
Or who is going to tell Toranaga that Yabu let them in? Or did they even see them? Okay, I'm curious about all that. Because I assume Toranaga has to know one way or another.
Huh.
How?
Could you imagine if the baby's first word was Shaquille?
Andres.
What? What was that?
Was that Andre's first word when he was a baby?
Shaq Fu! Shaq Fu!
Yo, what, dude, when he rapped with the Fushnikins, those are dope albums. Like the one rap song he does with Fushnikins. It's really good.
Yeah.
That's
I think it's time. Yeah, I think it's time to wrap up. I think Jasmine and Jeff are having that little like moment, like loosening. I think they're having a little too much fun. Anyway,
so you're done cooking?
Yeah, I'm done cooking. I'm done.
Oh my god,
I'm to eat. He's done cooking.
Come on, guys, let's go. Come on.
No, I'm starting to get confused with this cooking shit, folks. Oh man, I'm getting all fucked up over here. Anyways, guys, all right, so. Let's do our ratings and our final thoughts, and I'll plug us out and get the hell out of here. So I'll start off, and I'll rate the episode at a 10 for 10. If there was a higher rating than 10 out of 10, I would give it, but there isn't. So I'll give it 10 stars, 10 out of 10 stars, and 2 Yabu bulges, and 1 Shaq Fu CD compact disc. All right. Go to you. I'm just a pop culture guy, sir. And then you, Jasmine, and you, Imran.
Okay. So it's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's one of my personal favorites of the series, but it's a 20 out of 20. Yobo, you're a great character. Hopefully you're not dead towards the end of the series.
YOLO. Yobo sounds like a frozen yogurt or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It does
Yobo. Hobo Yobo.
Yeah. He's a yogurt. To be honest, he is a yogurt. Like
he is creamy. Like,
yeah, I'm a yogurt.
Look at Andres over here, fucking like all secretly advertising for products and shit, whatnot, like on the panel.
Yeah, yogurt, cooking, like Italian food.
There you go.
Exactly.
Made by YoPlay.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
I'm gonna say 10 out of 10. I will not rate it higher than 10 out of 10 if I could, because I wanted more action to this, but I didn't. But I'm content with everything. We got a sneak peek of some Assassin's Creed Red. Yeah. And Yabu, he's a big dork. Like, he should not be a fan favorite at all, especially what happened with this episode.
You can't hate Yabu.
You love to hate him, you hate to love him. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
It's hard to stay upset with him. What do you think, Imran?
Easily, absolutely 10 out of 10. This is the best episode of this series. Probably the best episode of TV that's been on in a while. Every aspect of the show is award-winning, like we were talking about at the beginning. The acting, the writing, the production, the sets, the directing, the cinematography, all award winning. And the episode left me like, oh my God, how are they going to wrap this up? Can you even wrap this up in one more episode? What is going to happen? I need to get back to Toranaga, of course, because we didn't even have him. But just again, a gut punch, and you're like, no, your favorite character that everybody loves doesn't make it out. So that's it's a good episode 9. It's a good penultimate or penultimate episode, as I like to say.
No, and definitely, I'll definitely have to think about trying to put together some kind of post series get together show or something like that, or whatever, whatnot, some kind of recap show, so that we can have a chance once we've digested the whole thing to come back together and just get together and kind of just conversate together amongst each other about the series itself as a whole.
Yeah.
Right. But in the meantime, folks, that is our recap of Shogun Chapter 9, Crimson Sky. I'm going to go ahead and slide over to plugs right now, and I'm going to start off with Mr. Rathakan so he can explain to us what is going on with Europe and its economic miracle.
Okay, so I have a Substack where basically I talk about contrarian ideas in the economic world. I mean, as we all know, people think that Europe is an S-hole or a nation in decline, but in actuality, as I dive deep here, Europe is actually doing a lot better than we think. And if anything, the gap between Europe and US in terms of like performance is actually narrowing.
That big red, that one red line right there is Yabu's line. Yes, Yabu.
That alone is.
Yeah, it's spiked up top there at the end. That's Yabu's shit.
I thought that looked familiar.
Yeah, but yeah, I go deep into the analysis, and yeah, I post at least once a week. You can also find me on X. Yeah. I actually posted a new one actually about the China's Belt and Road Initiative. It's quite interesting and my longest piece ever.
Wow, it's just so interesting. Look at you. It's quite intellectual there, Jason.
This actually explains me when I wear my my Yabushigi loincloth right there. You see that little drop off right there? Yeah. That's when I have the loincloth on, right? Like my knob bulge. You see that depression? There you go.
And it goes back up, but Jeff, it goes back up after that.
Well, there you go. But
thank you, Jeff.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for displaying my my penile situation or whatnot on your graphs like that, whatnot. It's very embarrassing, my private information.
It's okay. We will show more of those more.
Try to compare me to Yabu and everything and whatnot. It's bad enough, when I went to go and get condoms or at the store, I couldn't figure out why the Magnum condoms wouldn't fit me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't find them. The Magnums for extremely tiny penis guys.
Dude, you're supposed to go to China for that.
Right?
You gotta look on Temu. They have them on Temu. Yeah, they're real cheap.
That is Yabu sausage versus the average man sausage. That actually looks like that looks like what a Shinu sausage would look like.
Yeah, but Buntaro.
Yabu's got that thick sausage. Anyways,
Yabu bulge.
That looked. I mean, you know what I'm saying? No wonder Yabu's got that bulge. Look at that shit. He's got a big fucking kabasa motherfucking shit going on over there. Anyways, I'm just what you guys, sir. How's your kabasa? Are you cooking it?
I'm not gonna answer that. Hello, folks. This is Andreas Volkotter guy. Mike show is very saucy today, and
very sausage.
Yeah, very saucy, not sausages. Oh my god, hell no. Anyway, I just recently posted a review on Hellboy, the 2004 film directed by Guillermo del Toro and starring Ron Perlman. Great film, best origin story. Check it out. It's for his 20th anniversary this year. I just posted my actually, I want to say thank you, Jeff, for allowing me to post a trailer reaction that me, him, and Gemrant 2000 did last Monday report on the Joker 2 trailer. So check it out. It was a fun trailer reaction from all three of us. It was really fun.
I will check out your top 10 favorite S-Men characters.
Oh wow, thank you. And yeah, and we last Sunday we did a live review of Chucky, the season 3 part 2. Check that out. Not this Sunday, the next following Sunday we're gonna do again the final 2 episodes, and then after that we'll go back to movie reviews. So that's where I'm at right now on my channel. So thank you everyone for supporting me. I want to say thank you, Jasmine and Imran, to come in this panel. You guys were awesome. It was great to see you guys. Hopefully we will see each other again for next week and do that post discussion for Shogun.
We'll do a recap show. We will.
Yeah,
I'll put one together.
Yeah, 4 of us, just the 4 of us. That's
no, there might be other.
No, I'm taking a vacation.
There's gonna be other people that are gonna want to be on too. That's not fair.
Oh no, just the 4 of us. This is perfect.
No,
I'm taking a vacation, bro.
He's gonna be on vacation. Where are you going?
You going?
Oh, I'm just studying for CPA. That's all.
That's your vacation. That's okay.
You're a liar, Jasmine.
Anyways, Mr. Imran, sir, the shit talker of the Jock and Nerd podcast, sir. What is going on at Jock and Nerd podcast YouTube channel?
Speaking of shit giver, you can find our latest episode dropped today. We reviewed Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver. Was it a shit giver or was it actually good? You're gonna have to listen and find out. We also recently reviewed Civil War there. And it's myself, I'm the nerd, my buddy Anthony is the jock, and a puppet named Rug Boy, reviewing things and stuff. New shows every week, and the best way to follow is we're on all podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcast, anything you listen to audio in, you will find us there.
Oh, I've got you pulled up in more than one location, sir.
We got. I mean, it's primarily. Oh, see the site. That's not right. It's a little broken. Take the S out of there. My secure part of it is a little messed up in the URL. Don't show that. That's embarrassing. It's all broken. Well, it kind of works.
There we go. There you go. There you go. As you were saying, sir, you can find your podcast on all the platforms.
Anywhere, Amazon Music, YouTube Music has podcasts also now, and YouTube does as well. But of course, Apple Podcast, Spotify.
That's right. Yeah. And honestly, regardless of what you just saw there a minute ago, the Jock and Nerd podcast have a really nice website.
Oh, thanks. I got to fix that one thing. But aside from
that's okay. Listen, glitches happen, whatever, whatnot, and all that. Even our website's not perfect. I've got links on it, whatnot, and everything that if you go to them and shit, they're not even, the links aren't even completed and all that. The private chat's all blown up.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to take care of.
I don't have the website totally all tightened up all the way completely. There's some stuff on there that I haven't completely gotten finished yet. I'm getting there, sir. I'm working on it. But anyways, folks, Shogun Chapter 9, Crimson Sky, is done. We're out of here. God bless all of you. We will see you this Friday for Fallout Episode 3 at 9:35 p.m. Eastern, 6:35 p.m. Pacific. On Monday next week, I'll be with Andres the Pop Culture Guy reviewing S-Men 97, Episode 6, talking some more Deadpool Wolverine trailer type shit, and getting into the CinemaCon Captain America 4 footage we were supposed to talk about last Monday. So we'll have that. And then next Wednesday, Shogun Chapter 10, the big show.
Oh, man, that's going to be awesome.
With a big panel. I'll be on the panel. It's going to be a good show. Probably going to be a long one. Just like Yabu's dong is long, maybe. You know what I'm saying? It's longer than that little baby's. You know what I mean?
Longer than the baby's, what?
That little baby actually has a bigger bulge than I do when it wears the Yabushiki loincloth. The baby has a bigger bulge than I do.
He calls it his baby arm.
Yeah. Anyways, so we love you folks. We'll see you next time. What's wrong, Andres? I'm sorry, brother. Are you upset with me, man? I apologize. Why are you flipping me off? What's up with that? Can't we end things off like in a harmonious? Why don't you cook? I thought you were cooking something, brother. What's going on?
It's burning. He's got to go get it off his stove.